Good morrow, lords, ladies, and non-binary nobles. It is I, Salty, your dungeon master, here again with another delve into the world of Erathon. We will not be joined with our good friend Reed Thorngage this week. He's ill. However, we still do have our usual avatar of justice, Ulfgar Frostbrew. Excuse me. Go ahead and say good morrow, Ulfgar.
Good morrow and justice for all.
We have our new druid, who's becoming less new every time we work with him. Say hello to Valyria.
Good morrow.
And of course, we have Sin, our ass-kicking monk. Good morrow, Sin.
Good morrow.
And bringing up the end of the order here, we have Kiv Stormbringer, the wisecracking bard. Good morrow, Kiv.
Hello.
Alright, so last we left our heroes, they had finally gotten into the Glittering Cavern. They were exploring about it, trying to find the Black Spider, and they had come upon a spectator guarding what appears to be some sort of forge, the forge for which the cave was famous. They had actually managed to get him to agree to come along with them to help them on their journey, so now they will also be joined by a fucking spectator who's yet to introduce himself by name, actually, but he's been sitting here for hundreds of years just guarding the forge. So yeah, you guys can go ahead and proceed onward with your new follower here, and I'll just be doing reads kind of in the background.
Okay, we can still see the halt map.
Oh, you can. Oh yeah, hang on, my bad. There you go. You're back in the cavern now. So yeah, you can go ahead and proceed how you would like to. Reed will be kind of hanging out in the background this week, and of course you have your new spectator friend here who's gonna help you out since Ulfgar was so convincing.
Alright, shall we continue down the dungeon path?
Yes. Now, outside of the forge, there are two ways the path diverges. There's over here, which that's one way, and over here, which has, you can kind of see the beginnings of a staircase going down.
Is this a door right over here?
Yes, that is a door. It's a doorway. There's no actual door there.
Can I see anything in there?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and take a look around the room and see what you can find here. Let me see. Alright, yeah, so in there's just a kind of workplace you can see where items, based on what you're seeing here, there's rags and polishes on the table. This must be where they had polished weapons after they had finished forging them in the Arcane Forge, as far as you can tell.
Do I see anything that stands out as particularly valuable or anything?
Not up there, no. In that room, really, all you can see is just, some rags and polishes and oils and stuff to make everything look nice and shiny. There's nothing in there that you can notice.
Okay. Nothing in there, guys.
Alright. I'm just gonna go over here, and if I just kind of like peer down here, do I see anything right away, or?
Let's see. Peering down the hallway, you can kind of see that it turns a corner a bit and then opens out into a wider area, but you can't see much more than that.
What about over here, just like at first glance? Like you said, you saw stairs, right?
Yeah, you can see some stairs that go downward and they kind of turn around a corner. But you wouldn't be able to see any more without actually going down that corner.
Right. Do you think we can have Reed stealth down the stairs really quick, just to get like a little glance of what's around the corner?
Sure thing. Let's go ahead. We're going to have Reed make a quick check there. Sin, was that perception for anything in particular?
No, it was just for looking down these hallways.
All right. Yeah, let me pull up Reed's sheet here. Have him make a stealth check.
I mean, if I see anything around the room, that'd be pretty cool too.
Yeah, you didn't see anything around the room.
Okay.
So let's see.
Bunch of skeletons.
Wow. Nice job, Reed. So Reed goes ahead and looks down this hall for you, and he sees a very large cavern. All those booming sounds you've been hearing must have been coming from this cavern, because there's quite a bit of water that's kind of crashing into the walls over here. Looks like it's fed possibly by a river or the ocean. Reed comes back and describes the cavern to you.
Was he able to get a glance at what this is?
A glance of what? Let me see. Hang on. A glance of
It's
what?
right here.
That? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me go ahead and pull up my description I have for that. So, yeah, it's a narrow ledge. So, basically, when he went in there, he saw a narrow ledge. This is basically what he saw there was kind of a spillway that allows water, when it overflows, the spillway, water would flow in here and go down a spillway. So, that's what that was. And the same goes for, well, actually, yeah. Yeah, so this right here, that's a spillway that kind of allows the water to flow into the rest of the cavern.
I got you. And then just like this is just like a drop off into water.
Where is the drop off? Ping that for me again?
Just like this, like cliff edge
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah, that's basically a sheer cliff that's going to drop off into the water.
Okay, so he tells us all this, and Sin was kind of like, well, I guess there's nothing really that way that we can get to right now, so maybe we should go left.
There was a way up here that he could follow that appeared to go off into a tunnel. So, or you could follow the spillway because it's not completely overflowed with water at this time. So those are really the directions you could take, or you could always try going this way as well.
I'm voting for this one.
Yeah, let's take a look that way.
All right. So, looking in this way. Hang on.
Then again, I guess we could have just asked our new friend too.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can ask your new friend. He's still floating around.
You've been here a while. Which way do you think we should be going?
Oh, I don't know that. I've actually never left the forge. This is the first I've ever seen of the rest of the cavern. It's quite lovely.
It is quite lovely.
Do you know how to use that forge, by the way?
The forge itself is nothing special, just an ordinary forge. However, it's surrounded by an arcane pool of energy, which imbues weapons and armor with a magical enchantment and allows wizards to work spells into it.
Ah, so the forge isn't special, it's the location.
Yes, indeed. You must be incredibly
So-
smart.
Oh, you're too kind.
Well,
Wait a minute. If it's just the location, that means anyone could forge weapons down here if they had wizards and forgemen, smiths. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yes, indeed. The forge itself is nothing special, but merely the arcane energy found in this area.
Reed, do you see anything over there?
Alright, so you've gone ahead and read scouting ahead. Let me go ahead and reveal this area of the map here. Doodly-doo, there's a lot. Okay, there you go. So, coming into this area, you can see it's a blast furnace and mechanical bellows powered by a water wheel dominating this large chamber, which is basically this thing right here. That's the bellows, and, you know, there's a blast furnace right there. Furnace is cold and dark, but there are heaps of coal piled nearby, along with carts full of unrefined ore. The water field sits in a 10-foot wide channel cut into the floor of this room, but the channel's dry. Passages exit to the west, the south, right here, and of course the one to the east, right here, that you're standing at. The empty channel exits north and east, so it kind of goes up this way. And from what you can see, it kind of must be that spillway that you saw in the other room must be going right through it. And more than a dozen withered corpses are scattered around the room. These are slain dwarves and orcs are still wearing the remnants of their armor. Floating above them, let me see here. Yeah, actually, there is nothing floating above them. My apologies on that one.
I'm going to step into the room to explore it.
All right. Wow.
Wow.
Good job, Ulfgar.
Why
So
don't you roll a history check?
I was gonna see if I.
You
would-
don't.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
whatever you were gonna see, you don't see it.
Wow, that's amazing. Back to back. Wow.
A natural 20 and a natural 1. So, Ulfgar, are you just trying to find anything special about the room?
Oh yeah, just searching around, exploring it, seeing if I can find anything special or noteworthy about the room or the walls or anything. I mean, I have just just giving it a pass over, search over.
Yeah, so you're not finding anything special, just these ordinary mining supplies. It's mostly coal. There's not a whole lot of raw ore here. You can tell that this is kind of where the dwarves and gnomes that used to mine this place would come to smelt all of their finds. But other than that, there's nothing special in here. It's been long abandoned.
No secret doors or anything.
No, you don't locate any secret doors or anything like that.
No golden skeletons.
No, the regular kind. How many times are we going to have this conversation?
I just didn't know if my natural 20 would help.
No golden skeletons. They're all ordinary skeletons.
Can I get through here, or is it blocked?
Yeah, you can get through there. That's design. By design, you're able to get around it and stuff. It's just a big bellows that was made to power this giant ass friggin' forge right here, or not forge, smelter. So yeah, you can move around that pretty easily. No big deal.
Well, what a waste of a natural 20, guys. I couldn't find anything.
Yeah, good job. Proud of you.
Did I see anything west?
Yes, let me see here. So basically you can see there's a hallway with a door, and the hallway also cuts down to the south. So let's
Is there
see
like a
here.
blockage here, or is that like a bridge?
That's basically, it was kind of hard to illustrate, but this is kind of an archway where the spillway goes through, but there's still like the cave roof there,
Okay.
That's hard to illustrate, I know.
There's a wall, and then there's a hole in it where it goes through as the channel.
Yes, basically. So that's that spillway powers the water wheel from what you can see.
Is there any loot up here?
There is no
Turn
loot.
around.
There's no loot, just some old ledgers and stuff. Looks like they're writing down whatever their inventory was, what they'd smelted that day.
I'm going to ask the spectator what his name is or what he is called.
The spectator looks at you. Ah, I have not had to tell my name for a long time. My name is Zibron. You can call me Zib.
Zib. I like that name.
Thank you.
You've been down here quite a while. What do you do to entertain the years?
Oh, nothing. Mostly just read. But we only have a few things in there to read, so it gets quite dull. So usually I just hum to myself like this.
That sounds
Lovely.
very boring. I think we should. What do you guys think about exploring over here with this stairway? Yeah, like
Do I see anything to the north there?
To the north, you can see that the spillway continues onward and cuts immediately to the west.
Okay. I'm just gonna follow the group here.
Yeah, I'm gonna just come back here. You said there's a door, right?
Yes.
Can I hear anything on the other side of it?
Go ahead and make a listen check or perception check on that. Perception. All right, let me see what you hear. Yes, you can hear gruff voices speaking in a language unknown to you, and they sound very angry and like agitated.
I was looking down these stairs or past it south while he was doing that. My check.
Oh, okay. Hang on, let me reveal in that area. So, let's see. All right, what you can see going down is you can't see all the way into this room, but you do see there's a ghoul kind of hanging out in the what appears to be a room opening up much more into a much larger area. You can see a ghoul hanging out there. Since you're far away, he hasn't really noticed you yet. He's just kind of snacking on some bones.
Hmm.
Guys, I heard some voices on the other side of this door over here.
There's
Can
a
I-
ghoul south
What were they
down the
saying?
stairs.
I didn't understand it. It sounded like they're angry at something.
Can I hear anything that he didn't hear?
You still hear the voices. They're speaking in a language that you don't understand as well. You can, but they sound pretty gruff and like they're arguing about something or perhaps just yelling in agreement. You can't really tell, but they're definitely pissed.
So it's not undercommon. Okay.
Might I try to listen?
All right, Valeria, let me see here. Just pulling up your languages. Yeah, you can also hear the voices arguing, but again, this is a language that you don't understand, and Reed's going to go ahead and try and listen as well, see if maybe he can understand them. And Reed here's talking, but yeah, he doesn't speak any of that language either. He's like, what, Reed kind of looks at you like, dude, I don't know what they're saying. This is some kind of weird talk. I don't know what it is.
It sounds like there's more than one of them in there. Do you guys want to take care of that ghoul first?
How many languages do you speak, Zib?
Zib looks at you and says that he can speak 3 languages.
Hey, Zib, could you listen and see if you understand any of these languages they're speaking?
Yes, of course. Zib will listen. Zib floats over to the door and he doesn't really can't put an ear to it, but he floats over anyway. Let's see what he hears. Oh, wait, that was as Reed, but whatever. All right, he listens. He says, Zib does not understand any of these languages, but they sound angry.
So we could try to take care of the school, but I think we have to be pretty quiet as to.
Better to deal with what's beyond the door. The ghoul won't go anywhere as long as it's not bothered. But what's beyond the door could hear us fight the ghoul and plan for it if it's intelligent.
It's very true.
Indeed, that ghoul does seem to be minding its own business as to this point.
Can we have Reed stealth and open a door very quietly?
Sure,
Try to
Reed.
get a peek at.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and have Reed make an attempt on that. Let me roll stealth for him. So, Reed attempts to stealthily open the door. However, when he pushes on it, he's met with quite a bit of resistance. Looks back at you and tells you that he thinks that the door might be blocked because he's having a really tough time even getting it to budge.
I can open it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you are the door kicker of the group. You like kicking shit over. Go ahead and make a strength check if you want to.
Make a lot of noise.
Yeah, it will be noisy, most likely.
Can we attempt to... Is this locked with some kind of lock that we could pick, or is it barred?
There's no lock on the door, and there's no bar from this side, so you can tell it must be barricaded from the other side.
Well, that means it's going to be hard for them to come out this way then, if we want to go fight that ghoul after all.
Yes,
But I'd rather not waste this element of surprise either. But
All
that's
right.
assuming that they're bad. We actually don't know.
So what are you suggesting?
I mean, we could knock on a door.
It's barricaded. I don't know if this is a knock on the door situation.
Let's just fight the ghoul.
All right, let's just get the ghoul then.
All right, so
As much as I am normally inclined to give people the benefit of the doubt, being in a barricaded room in the bottom of an abandoned mine does not suggest much in their favor.
Well, I'm going to charge in and take my axe to this ghoul because I'm 25 feet away.
all right, go ahead and charge. I'm gonna give you surprise on that one, since the ghoul's just kind of sitting there eating. Let me see. Everyone else, go ahead and roll initiative. Here. Oops. There we go. Initiative for Reed. And initiative for our friend Zebron. There we go. Wow. Zebron is barely paying attention on this one.
He's humming to himself.
He's sitting there, has no idea what's going on. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
16.
Yeah, wow.
Dang, Ulfgar.
Ulfgar, wow, I'm proud of you. You go ahead and put your turn on there. Okay, let's see here. 16 for Ulfgar. And let's go ahead and give the ghoul a turn. Alright, the ghoul, yeah, he does alright for a monster that's mostly concerned with eating bones and stuff. And by the way, now that you're actually in the room, I'm going to go ahead and reveal the whole thing to you. Turns out there was more than one ghoul. So,
Oh.
yeah. Didn't look all the way in the room there, Ulfgar. You couldn't see the whole thing. So, yeah.
Ulfgar fears no ghouls.
Alright, very well. Then fear no
Let's do
ghouls.
this.
Alright, let's go ahead and throw on the battle music. And I'm going to go ahead and give the ghouls the rest of their initiative rolls. Okay, let's see here. And wow. Let me see, we got two ghouls left. And I accidentally just spammed their armor class to you, my bad.
I feel like a semi-medium hit would hit these guys.
Yes, quite possibly. Well, they're not really wearing armor from what you can tell, so that's... You could logically infer that. I'll give you that one. Okay, so... This first ghoul is surprised, but the rest of them see Ulfgar running in like an idiot, so they will not be surprised. So, with that, this first ghoul over here... Let's see what his base movement is.
Well, Ulfgar needs to take a surprise, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Ulfgar, go ahead and make your first attack on this ghoul. And Battle Axe. Yeah, you swing at him, but you miss. You got really excited and kind of weren't aiming exactly, so you managed to miss the ghoul this time. You miss him with that paladin shit. So let's see what he got here. Alright, well, good surprise round, everybody. Proud of you.
We did it.
Alright, so this first ghoul is going to kind of screech at Ulfgar and start lunging toward him, hungrily. He looks like he's ready for some dwarf meat. So the ghoul, let me see here, slices at Ulfgar with his claws and manages to not actually hit him at all with the claws. They kind of clash off of his chainmail with no problem whatsoever. Ulfgar laughs at their inability to slice at him. Or I guess that would be up to Ulfgar. Let's see here. Alright, next up is this ghoul, who is also going to make a run for Ulfgar. These ghouls appear to be extremely hungry. They've probably been gnawing on bones forever now. So, let's see. This one goes ahead and makes a bite at him. He's just gonna lunge out and try and bite him with his teeth. Which he cannot do. He, like, bites the air in front of Ulfgar. Super, super good ghoul right there. He's great at his job. Alright, next it is Sin.
Okay. I'm gonna just do attacks on this guy.
Alright, wait, which one? The left or the right?
This guy.
Okay, there we go. Alright, go ahead and make your attacks. Alright, let me see here. 17 and 25, both of those hit, so 7 plus 9 plus 3. Let's see here. 3. So, yeah, that's actually, you beat the crap out of him with those 2 hits. So, let's see. So, yeah, you make some punches to that ghoul, and you're like knocking his little bones off and stuff. By the time you're done with him, he's barely able to stand up under his own power.
Okay, can I just take like a 5-foot adjust, like right here?
Absolutely. That will provoke an attack of opportunity from this ghoul, however, since you're moving out of his range.
It's all good.
Alright, so that ghoul's going to go ahead and swipe at you with his claws while you're walking by. He sucks, though. Yeah, you jump out of the way, no problem. He, like, weakly, almost as if he were an infant, swipes out at you and doesn't even stand a chance. So, with that, we have this next ghoul over here, who is able to run up and make an attack on you. So he's gonna try and bite down and see if he can get a bite out of you.
Is this like a cliffside?
Oh yeah, that is a cliffside. Well, yeah, I guess he would have to make a climb check if he wanted to get up that.
Is he gonna like tumble down? That'd be hilarious.
Let's see, he's gonna try. Well, yeah, so he's gonna start trying to climb up that side, clawing at you. He's not thinking ahead of this, so he's gonna go ahead and start trying to climb up there and see if he can maybe attack you from there. We'll go ahead and make him.
I think it's a down from his side, right?
No, it goes. Oh yeah, it does go down. Gosh, it's been a minute since I've drawn up this map, and I forgot what was up and down on this. My perception is pretty bad. I apologize. So yeah, he's gonna have to make an athletics check to not fall on his ass, though. Which he does gracefully, actually. So yeah, he jumps down with no problem, and attempts to take a bite out of him. Which I think we did that roll, right? Yeah. So let me see here. Yes, Sin takes 9 damage from the ghoul biting down on his arm. So let me see here. And now that we got our surprise round over, it is Ulfgar's turn. Or yeah, we're back to Ulfgar, who got a pretty good roll this time around.
I'm gonna attack the ghoul straight in front of me right here.
Alright. And you do manage to hit him with your battle axe. It's a bit more of a glancing blow, but you do manage to hit him. So
I can use my let's see here, divine smite ability when I hit someone successfully.
yeah, you can go ahead and use your divine smite.
When I use my first level spell to smite his ass.
Alright, go ahead and smite him. Mightily smitily. Alright, so plus so you do 5 plus another 6 damage, so you damage him for 11. So you gave him a glancing blow, but the holy light of your axe manages to make that a lot harder. There's a big glowing gash in his chest now. Looks like you sent him reeling back, but he's ready for more. And are you going to take a move action or stay where you are?
Stay where I am for now.
Okay. So let's see here. Alright, so the next one to move is this ghoul right here who like charges forward and then, kind of jumps through his buddy. Or jumps around his buddy and then hops up here on the table, kind of almost howling like some sort of fierce creature. And now this ghoul directly in front of you decides, you know what, it's time for some payback for that holy blow you dealt him. So he's going to go ahead and swipe at you with his claws. Which he is not able to hit you with those claws. You've got some pretty decent armor on there. He manages to slice at your chainmail, but he breaks a few nails on it. Doesn't really do any damage to you at all. And with that, it is now Kiv's turn.
Alright. I'm gonna move over here and try to target this guy right between Sin and Ulfgar and shoot Eldritch Blast his way.
Alright.
Whoa, how did you do that? You did a cool, segmented move.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
If you select your token and then you hit spacebar on the squares you want to kind of waypoint at, and then release it, it does it for everyone else but you. Like, it doesn't show you that you're doing that cool thing, which is annoying.
Well, that's
anyway,
nice.
Eldritch Blast.
Alright, Eldritch Blast. Your blast of crackling energy does manage to hit the ghoul right in the chest, and it crackles all about his body. He falls to the ground. The ghoul is now dead.
That's it.
Alright, let's see. Next is Valeria.
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Shillelagh.
Alright. So your weapon is now imbued with natural naturiness.
I'm going to move up to that ghoul and then swing.
Alright. So you swing with your shillelagh, dealing a mighty blow to the ghoul. You crack him upside the head, and he spins around and looks back up at you, but he's clearly been jarred pretty badly by that hit. Next, it is Reed's turn. Reed is going to step up. He's going to step up right about here, and he's going to see if he can perhaps... Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and... Yeah, he can shoot around you. So he's going to try and shoot with his short bow. See if he can hit that ghoul. Which he does. He manages to hit the ghoul in the kind of the inguinal area, so not necessarily the groin, but near the groin. And the ghoul starts, you know, kind of lowering to the ground, almost completely unable to move at all. So, but he gets up. Oh yeah, wait, that is a sneak attack, isn't it? So he gets an extra D6, I believe. Let me see here.
You gotta give the rogues the thing that they're really good about.
Oh yeah, they are good about that. Alright, so... Bam. So yeah, actually that arrow manages to hits him so hard in the inguinal area that it kills him entirely. Since he wasn't expecting it, it was just that much more painful. The ghoul falls to the ground. Next, the ghoul over here at the top of the stairs is kind of hisses and howls loudly, and he's going to start charging down toward the rest of you. He runs down the stairs, jumps past his buddy here, and kind of hangs out over to the side, like, you know, right. He's looking pretty pissed off. He's going to get you. And with that, we have one more ghoul who is going to... He's going to run down these steps, see if maybe he can get around and start moving toward you next round. So with that, it is now the spectator's turn. Zib is going to go, and let me see here. Gotta check his speed, actually. Okay, there we go. Yeah, So Zib goes ahead, and he floats his way over next to Kiv. And he targets the ghoul standing in front of Ulfgar with one of his eye beams. He shoots a ray right out of one of his eyes and aims it directly at the ghoul standing in front of Ulfgar. Now, let me see here. So, let's see here if the ghoul can make that Constitution saving throw. Yeah, the ghoul doesn't make it, and takes 12 necrotic damage from the. Let's see. Actually, is he immune to necrotic damage? I don't know. I don't think ghouls are. Let me double check. Nope, he is not immune to that. So yeah, the ghoul takes 12 necrotic damage and collapses to the ground after Zib manages to shoot a really cool beam out of one of his eye stalks. It's like this blackish greenish beam that just hits him square in the chest, and he falls to the ground. And next we are back to Sin's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna double tap the guy next to me.
Alright. Let me see, both...
Almost exactly the same.
Wow, look at that. Both of those hits managed to get square and true right into the ghoul. You punch him kind of in the chest and then crack him in the jaw. He almost collapses to the ground, but just at the last minute struggles back up to his feet. And with that, he's going to take a little bit of vengeance at you. He claws at you viciously, but you manage to easily just evade it and dodge right out of the way as his claws slice at you. Next, we have Ulfgar's turn.
I'm gonna charge this one straight in front of me and go after it, and then attack him.
Alright. Yeah, you don't hit him this time. I mean, try as you might, he just kind of jumps out of the way at the last second before you're able to bring your axe fully down. Next, we have this ghoul in the back, who, let me see here, does he have enough room? Yes, he does. So he's going to run up to you, Ulfgar, and see if he can take a bite out of you. which he is not able to. He bites down, however, he just manages to get a mouthful of chainmail, doesn't really do any major damage to you, doesn't bug you whatsoever. And with that, we're up to Kiv's turn.
Alright, Kiv's gonna take a couple steps forward. Do I have line of sight on this guy anyhow?
Yeah, you'd have line of sight from there.
Alright, cool. Then I will attack it.
Alright. Alright, well, you send an Eldritch Blast flying at him, however, it misses and kind of shoots into the cave ceiling, so you weren't able to effectively hit him this time. Next, it is Valeria's turn.
Guess I'm just gonna run up. And swing.
Alright. You swing, however, the ghoul sees it coming and kind of ducks just in time. You weren't able to hit the ghoul with your mighty nature-y shillelagh at this point. And alright. Here we have Reed, who, let's see here. Oh, he's got that halfling nimbleness, so let's see if he can... Yeah, he is able to kind of move up. He's going to see if he can take an attack and use a sneak attack with his short sword. So let's see here. Since that ghoul is currently engaged with you, that would count as a sneak attack. And he's able to hit. Let's do that sneak attack damage. Okay, so yeah, while the ghoul is busy trying to duck out of the way of your hit, Reed manages to stab him in the side with his short sword, and the ghoul kind of reels back and hisses at him very angrily. But the ghoul is still looking somewhat fresh, like he might be ready to go. Next, this ghoul down here. Oh yeah, you're right, that would be an additional D6. Good call on that one. You're right, I forgot he's level 4, so takes another damage on that. Still looking somewhat healthy, but he's slowed down a little bit considerably. Next, this ghoul is going to step up to Valeria and see if he can swipe at you with his claws. Alright, and does manage to hit Valeria for 9 damage. Slashes right into your chest with his claws. It's painful. And next, the ghoul in front of Ulfgar is going to see if he can bite him. Which does not work. It's a powerful bite, but he bites just into the air in front of Ulfgar. Doesn't bother him at all. And now
Are you an elf, Valeria?
What was that?
Are you an elf?
Yep.
Because it says an elf doesn't have to make it. How about the Constitution saving throw on the claws?
Okay, let me see here.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It'll be fine. So, let me see here. Yeah, definitely passed it either way, so we're good on that. Alright, so next it is our friend Zibron's turn. Zibron, let me see here. Looks like he's going to shoot another ray out of his eyes. And let me see here. What's his range on these rays, just to make sure. Yeah, his eye rays can... Oh yeah, he's got a 90-foot range on that. So he shoots at the ghoul in front of Valeria. Or actually, he shoots at the ghoul next to Valeria, excuse me, with his necrotic eye rays. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah. So, oh, look at that. I actually didn't know that he gets to shoot 2 of those eye rays per turn. So, he'll shoot his wounding ray at this first ghoul that's next to Valeria. Let's see if the ghoul can save versus that. The ghoul does not save versus that eye ray at all. The ray of energy shooting out of his eye stalk goes right into the ghoul's chest. Looks like it's pretty painful for it. He hisses and roars out loudly. And with that, he also shoots another ray at the ghoul directly in front of Ulfgar. And let's see here. Yep, and that, wouldn't you know it, that ray was pretty effective as well. This ray goes into his body and kind of jolts it around, and you're seeing that the ghoul is now, appears to be unable to move. It's just kind of like staring at you, but not moving anymore. So, do with that information what you will. And next we have Sin's turn. The ghoul next to you is still barely clinging on to life.
I'll go ahead and just try to tap him out.
Alright, you do manage to hit him. You easily just punch him right out with one hit that knocks his head clean off. It rolls across the floor and the rest of his body goes with it.
Then let's move up next to Ulfgar.
Alright. And speaking of, it is now Ulfgar's turn.
Alright, 1 sec. For some reason my computer crashed right in the middle of this, so 1 second, I'm putting right back in there.
Okay. No big deal. Let's see. And keep in mind, also, if you're attacking the paralyzed ghoul in front of Ulfgar, you will have advantage on that. And also, if you hit him, it will automatically be a critical hit. If you are
okay,
within
so
5
paralyzed and
feet.
stun is the same thing.
Yeah, basically, I think they just... Or stunned is, the automatic... No, the only difference is stun does not have an automatic critical. Paralyzed does, though. It's automatically a crit. But, yeah, both of them, basically, you'll fail advantage. You have advantage and all that shit. Do it one more time, Ulfgar. You have advantage.
One second. Yeah, that's also without my bonus, which I can't remember exactly how much it is off the top of my head.
Oh, okay. Stunned also makes the creature automatically fail strength and dex throws. I gotcha.
Yeah, stunned and paralyzed both do that, but basically the stunned is exactly the same as paralyzed, but with paralyzed, they also, any attack within 5 feet is automatically a crit.
Damn.
Yeah, being paralyzed sucks.
Beat.
So, yeah. Yeah, you seem to be handling these ghouls. You back in yet, Ulfgar?
Whoa.
Whoa, okay, let's see, we'll go ahead and use that second one. Or, yeah, that first one you put up. With the 22 to hit and 5 damage, so go ahead and add one more of your D8 on there since that is a critical hit. Or,
Maybe you should just roll the D8 for me.
yeah, I was about to say.
I'm trying to do it on my phone while my computer loads up.
Wow, okay, so you deal 6 damage to him. So you do manage to hit him, but it's basically because he is standing perfectly still. Had he been moving at all, you probably wouldn't have hit, but you do take a nice chunk out of his leg. And next we have the ghoul who is below Ulfgar. He's going to see if he can take a bite out of you for, you know, chopping up his friend like that. Which he actually hits you for once. Ulfgar, this ghoul is pissed. He bites down as hard as a ghoul can bite and goes right through your armor and manages to pierce into your flesh with all of his teeth. It's one of the most painful things you've experienced in quite a while. You take 12 damage. And let's see here. Yeah, I was just making sure on that one. Okay, so with that, it is now Kiv's turn.
Alright, Kiv's gonna move over here and attack that paralyzed guy. Do spells get attack with advantage as well?
Yes, you will have advantage on it. You just, since you're not within 5 feet, then you won't get a crit.
Okay.
Alright, so your Eldritch Blast easily goes into the ghoul. However, it just kind of grazes his shoulder. It deals 4 force damage and jars him about a bit, but he looks like he's doing okay.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word on Ulfgar.
Alright. Which gives him back 6 hit points that the ghoul had just cruelly taken from him. Ulfgar's looking a little better now. It is now Valeria's turn.
The ghoul directly below me is the one that looks the most beat up, correct?
That is correct. If you had to judge, you'd say the one to your south is the really crappy looking one.
Alright, I'm gonna swing at him with my shillelagh.
Alright, you managed to hit him with your shillelagh, and it's a clean hit. You cave in the skull of the ghoul, and it falls down to the ground with what's left of his brains kind of leaking out. And are you going to take
I'm going to use my move to get up right next to Ulfgar.
Alright. Cool. And now with that, it is Reed's turn. Reed is going to aim his short bow at the ghoul over to the side here. See if he can hit it. Let me see here. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that halfling luck came in handy, so he manages to fumble a little bit, but he gets a string pulled back and lands a hit square into the ghoul's head. The ghoul reels back and almost hits the ground, but just regains his footing just in time. It looks over at him, hissing and breathing heavily. So the ghoul decides to run up and see if he can slash at him with his claws. He's very upset. Now let's see here. 20, so the ghoul does manages to hit Reed with his claws and slices at him really good. He deals 7 slashing damage, and let's see if Reed can make that Constitution saving throw. And with that, Reed cries out in pain, and he suddenly appears to be unable to move at all. So Reed is now paralyzed. Next, this ghoul over here is going to attempt to redo his saving throw, see if maybe he can overcome the power of the rays. However, the ghoul cannot. He is still paralyzed. And now it is Zib's turn. Zib is going to float forward and zap at the ghoul next to Reed with his cool eye stocky thingy. See how much damage he does. And the ray goes right into the ghoul and kind of blasts him apart entirely. He falls to the ground and several pieces of him fall off. And that is all Zib is going to do for this turn, so we are back to Sin.
How does this guy look?
The guy, the one living, he looks like if he wasn't paralyzed, he might be have a little more pep in his step. He's taking a beating, but he doesn't look that beat up for a ghoul.
Alright, well, I'm not going to feel bad about it.
Alright, wow. Good hits on both of
Do
these.
do you want me to roll again for damage or not even bother?
Let me see here. Well, let's see. They were both hits. I mean, they're criticals, so you can add that extra, die onto him since he's still,
Do I need to, though? Or
Let's see here. 9 plus 14. So 13 plus 9. No, you don't need to. Yeah, you punch the zombie right in or the ghoul right in his face. So hard, in fact, that his whole face kind of caves in around your fist and just makes this awful squishing sound while the rest of his body collapses on the ground. You have to clean some bits of brain and stuff off your new gloves. And now all of the ghouls have died. Very good. And let's see here. Divide up experience. How many ghouls were there total here? I think there were 5.
this is the part where you give us 1100, right?
Not quite 1100. Let me see here. Actually, yeah. You're going to be getting, let me see, 5. So you'll be getting 500 experience for all these.
Okay, so 4965.
Let me see, 5965. Should be your new total. Oh, also, apparently, Reed is a rogue level 4.
I believe it.
These buttons are a motherfucker, I tell you. All right. Yeah, everyone spam it, please. Okay.
Look like you added yours in there.
Okay.
Where's your ideals?
Yeah, I mean,
Elfgar, yours says 5465, so as long as you updated that.
yeah. I think he's,
Yes, it did now. That's why I clicked on class to break out of the thing and hit that by accident.
Ah.
All right, well, all of the ghouls in this room are dead. So let me see here. Yeah, let me see. So yeah, this cave is kind of divided into 3 sections from you can see. There's the high ledges at both sides, and there's carved stone stairs climbing up to the ledges. There's, you know, the big table, and there's a bunch of skeletal remains around here, obviously. Other than that, there's nothing else that you can immediately see that's remarkable about this room. There's stairways going down this way, and a hallway going down here. And as you can see, there's another hall that leads back up to the smelting chamber. And of course, back to the barricaded door.
I'm gonna make a intelligence history check to see if I can, when I look around the room and all that, see if I can get a little read on how old the stonework is, or any information I can glean from the age of this place or the origins of this place.
Alright, go ahead and make your check. And let's see here. So double your proficiency would be +6 instead, right?
Will be +4 because it's at +2 right now, right? For me, isn't it?
It says a d20 +3. So yeah, it would be +4. So yeah, so you get another
-1
2.
for my low intelligence.
Okay, so yeah, there we go. For that, so you got a 17. So from what you can see, this cave, all the stone cutting work, from what you can tell, it's been around here for about 300 or 400 years. It's decidedly dwarven in origin, but there is some gnomish influence to it as well. And
Fascinating.
yeah, was there anything else you wanted to learn about it that you could see if you could discover from it? Or is it just the stone cutting?
And I don't think there's anything else really to glean out of it in this case. Obviously, it's old.
Yeah. So
Does
yeah.
Kib notice anything up here?
No, just piles of skeletons and stuff, and the stairway leading south.
Can we get a sense for what kind of room this is? There's like tables. I don't know if it's like an altar or something over there on the right.
It appears to be kind of a dining hall. This must have been where the miners and such would go to eat after a long day of mining. Or perhaps meetings would... Seems like some sort of generic great hall for meetings, dining, etc.
What was our friend's name again?
That is Zib.
I go over to Zib, and I'm just kind of like, so how does it feel to actually use your power to protect for once after all these years?
Oh, I use my power all the time. Lots and lots of times, zombies would come up to the forge, and I would zap them, I would.
Oh, I see.
I'm gonna peer down this southern hallway.
Alright. Peering down the hallway, you can see that it kind of leads toward the path that you took earlier, and there's also just a slight, kind of veers off to this side a little bit, but you can't see where it goes.
Can I see down these stairs over here to the west?
Yeah, let me go ahead and reveal that. So you can see these stairs appear to go into some more rough-hewn caverns. This is probably where the actual mining was taking place for the most part. You can see it's, you know, kind of moving about. It shifts down this way and that. Looks like it would probably be a very twisty-turny mine shaft if you were to go in there.
Alright. Join the group and just let them know what I saw down there. More confusing tunnels.
Should we perhaps consider dealing with those voices that we heard before we engaged with the ghoul?
Do I hear any change across the door?
No, you still hear some, you know, grunting and talking and stuff in those same voices, but you don't really hear any change to it.
Is Reed okay at this point, or is he still dealing with the paralysis?
Let me see here. We're going to go ahead and say it's been 1 minute, which I think is, yeah, let me see, double check on the ghoul there. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
need to take a break.
it's been 1 minute, so the ghoul's toxin has worn off. Reed is now fine.
For future reference, is that something we could have made a medicine check against or something?
You could have.
Restoration spell.
You could have made a medicine check against that. I would have put it at like a DC 10 since it's a pretty simple toxin and it wears off relatively quick.
If it's a toxin, I could have just cured it. I didn't know that. I can use lay on hands to cure diseases and neutralize poisons.
Oh yeah, well then, yeah, you could have done that as well. But yeah, it wore off pretty much once the battle was over for about 30 seconds and everyone had caught their breath. Reed was able to gain full control of his body again.
So I come back and just tell everybody I don't hear any change, that they're still just muttering to each other.
There was that overflow passageway that looked like it was going up north. Do we want to like sneak down there maybe? See where it goes?
If the water was coming from the waterfall and going down the passageway, then wouldn't that seem like the water's exiting somewhere?
Seems pretty dried up right now.
There's a door down here, I'll yell.
Well, it's not a door, it's just a change in the hallway there.
Opening, turning, whatever.
Yeah.
Same thing. They'll get the message.
I'll go see what Ulfgar's talking about.
Alright. Zib kind of floats around and hangs out near you. Take a look.
Can I like, yeah, can we just like look around the corner?
Yeah, you can go ahead and try and look around the corner. So, what you can see, this appears to be, you see, reveal the whole area for you there. Alright, so it looks like kind of a storeroom. You can see there's dusty kegs that are tucked neatly against the walls. A lot of them, they're pretty much all cracked and split from how old they are. But this area of the cavern, as you can see, has remained relatively untouched since it was abandoned. It doesn't look like anything's been coming here, probably because most of the things here are dead and don't really need supplies. But yeah, this appears to be an old storeroom. This is the doorway into the main storeroom, and this is just kind of an alcove, like maybe a staging area. Are you just investigating this storeroom, Sin?
Yeah, I'm just seeing like, you know, what kind of crates were these? Where do they go? What companies are logoed on there?
You can see that there's not a lot of maker's marks, but a lot of them seem to come from Summervale. A lot of it's like old food, like beef jerky and stuff like that, non-perishables. Some of it is mining supplies, spare pickaxes, but most of this appears to be where they kept their provisions for, you know, the hard day's work.
Is this door open?
Yeah, that door is open. So you can step in.
Does Kip see any wine or ale or any alcohol?
There are some broken casks that may have contained ale at one time and a few bottles of wine, but most likely, you can drink a 300-year-old bottle of wine if you want. It might not taste that good.
Yeah, if it hasn't corked or vinegared over time.
If it seems sealed, Kid's gonna take one of them and just put it in his bag.
All right. Well, you go ahead and add a bottle of 300-year-old wine to your inventory.
Got it.
Just from looking around, how much unperishable food can I find and see if it's still edible because it's unperishable?
There's nothing really unperishable here. Even like the beef jerky and stuff that's meant to be saved was not meant to be saved for hundreds of years. You know, it might have been good for months. So there's really not any non-perishables at this point. It's all spoiled.
What about this door I'm in front of?
That door in front of you, are you just going to open it, or do you want to look inside first?
Look inside or peek or whatever.
All right, make a stealth check.
Uh-oh.
You put it with disadvantage, so I don't know why.
I don't know either. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, do that again. Why do you keep rolling with disadvantage, you idiot?
I'm not supposed to. I clicked normal.
Okay, let me see here. Well, let me see.
His first one was a 19.
First one was a 19. All right, 19. Yeah. Okay, so against all odds, Ulfgar, you managed to stealthily peek into the door. Jesus Christ, dude. Calm down! Persuading
What's
going on?
He has disadvantage on stealth because he's wearing heavy armor.
That is right. Now it all makes perfect sense. So yeah, you do not pass your roll on that one. The door actually creaks open very loudly.
Okay. Whoops.
There you go. There's that creaking sound for you. You open it up and you see 3 ghouls inside of the room. So, yeah, go ahead and roll for initiative.
I mean, are you gonna yell out that there's ghouls there, or are we just?
Yeah, you can yell out that there are ghouls there, Ulfgar. I won't count that against you.
There are ghouls here, and I'm going to fight them.
Very, very convincing yelling. Proud of you.
Wow, me and Kiv are like on.
Nice.
Wow! Yeah, Kiv and Sin immediately spring into action. Good job. Yeah, you hear the call and...
Not so much.
I don't know why I keep clicking that. Alright, and let's see here. And let me see. Oh, wow. This time, Zibron did not appear to just be humming to himself. He was ready to go. And let me see here, there, and yeah, wow. Reed did pretty well, too. Ulfgar, did you roll for initiative yet?
Yes, I got a 2.
Good job. Clumsily creaking doors open, all this crap. All right, 2. And let me see here, Valerius in. All right, everybody's got their ready to go. So, first is Sin.
Luckily, I'm a monk, and I'm gonna run all the way past him to right here,
All right.
to right there.
All right, go ahead and do that, and you should still be able to attack as well.
50 movement for the win.
I know, right? Swift.
I'm gonna double hit it.
All right. Well, you managed to swiftly run up to the ghoul. In a bit of your haste, you don't connect with your first blow, but your second blow hits true right onto the ghoul's jaw and kind of sends his head back a little bit like he was a speed bag at a gymnasium. And next it is Kiv's turn, who I don't suppose will be as swift as you.
Kiv is gonna just dash to get to the action.
All right. So Kiv uses full move action for that. Next is the middle ghoul, who is going to run up and see if he can take a bite out of our good friend Sin here. Nope, not even close. He bites his tongue. Yeah, that's it. No damage on you whatsoever. He got too excited. Next it is Reed, who, let me see here. Yeah, he's also going to take a dash and run right up next to Kiv, see if he can make it. And then our spectator, who can hover 30 feet at a time. Yeah, 30 feet, so... yeah, he's going to float his ass over here next to Reed. And next is the back ghoul, who's going to run up this wise and see if he can maybe take a bite out of Sin, you know, without biting his own tongue. Which Sin barely dodges out of the way just in time. Thanks to those nimble monk reflexes of his, he is in no harm whatsoever. And next is Valeria.
I guess I'll use my bonus action to re-up my shillelagh.
All right, Shillelagh's back up. And let me see. Should be. Yeah, we got Ulfgar's turn now.
All right, I'm going to draw my axe and with a shouted prayer to the Pentarchs, I'm going to channel divinity to add my charisma modifier to my attack rolls, and my weapon will now be shedding bright light like a torch.
All right, so you're doing the sacred weapon.
Yes, for 1 minute.
All right, very good. So you got a bright light shining out of your axe. And let me see here. Is that just your standard action, or is that? Yeah,
I
that's
think it's a bonus action. I just declare it, and then I can
okay.
attack.
Yeah, so yeah. All right, then you can still do your 5-foot step and an attack if you want.
Shall take a 5-foot step in here and attack the one straight in front of me directly.
All right.
And my attack roll has a +3 on it, like on top of whatever I roll. So that's a 13.
Well, it didn't help you today. You should swing your shining axe down at him, but in your excitement to unleash the fury of the Pentarchs upon this evil creature, you don't aim as hard as you normally do, and you miss. Next, it is back to Sin.
I'm trying to finish off the guy that I punched earlier.
All right. Wow, and finish him off you do. Good job. So you punch this thing in the chest and then kick him again in the chest, knocking him down to the ground in a flurry of just unbelievably savage blows. He is no longer a threat to anybody. So
That's it.
good on you. All right, Kiv, now it is your turn.
Alright, Kiv. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that guy there. Kiv is going to aim at this guy.
Let me see. The one... Okay, right there. All right.
Yep.
Well, you hit him, but just barely.
I hit him.
So you kind of zap him on the shoulder there. Way to go.
That's it.
All right. So, with that, this ghoul is going to slash at Sin with his claws. So, let's see here. $13, $17. So, good thing though. Sin manages to repel the ghoul's claw attack and just kind of smack it away like, hey, don't do that. And next, it is Reed's turn, who is going to use his halfling nimbleness to move through Kiv's square and shoot through the doorway to this guy up here fighting Ulfgar, which will also give him his sneak attack. So let's see here. Short bow. Does it hit? It does. So we'll give him the 2d6 for sneaky. So 4 plus 7. So the ghoul takes 11 damage. He hits him square into the right pectoral, kind of right in the middle there. Takes some pretty significant hit to him, and the ghoul kind of stumbles backwards and then lunges forward again, ready to hit Ulfgar. Next, it is our friendly spectator's turn, who's going to float behind Kiv and shoot his first eye ray, which is the necrotic damage, at the ghoul. The ghoul has to make a 13. Let me see here. Let's see here. So the ghoul manages to only take a little bit of necrotic damage. It still gets hit, but it's not that much. So the ghoul still looks okay. And now he is also going to use his, let me see. Yeah, he's also going to use his paralyzing ray on the other ghoul in front of Ulfgar. Let's see if that ghoul can make this saving throw. No, he doesn't. So now the ghoul in front of Ulfgar is paralyzed. Any attacks within 5 feet are criticals automatically if they hit, and all attacks directed toward it now have advantage. So next it is Valeria's turn.
Yeah, that ray is dangerous.
Yeah, right?
It's like being caught in a vice after that ray hits you.
Vice ray, huh? Ah, damn it. All right, well, Valeria, it is now your turn.
I guess I'll take the last open spot. gonna hit the one guy that's in range.
All right, wow. And hit him you do. You managed to practically break his whole head off. You definitely crack off the lower half of his jaw with that hit. The ghoul screeches out in pain and is barely hanging on by a thread. As you can see, you've dealt a mighty blow to it. Next, it is Ulfgar's turn.
Wait, hold on. I got the attack the guy in front of me. Oh, that probably hits right.
Yeah, that's a hit. So let me see here. Is that your regular damage? So that's a crit, so go ahead and do another d8. Or does that already have the... Okay, no. Okay, so 5 plus 7, so 12 damage. So this time, your hit goes straight on to the ghoul. You chop its entire head off with your glowing holy axe of holiness. And the rest of the ghoul's body just kind of slumps to the floor lazily.
No helplessly paralyzed foe will escape me.
Yeah, good job. Way to beat up on the paralyzed ghoul, Ulfgar. Proud of you. Alright, we're back to the top of the order. Sin, it's your turn.
Alright, I'll just punch out the last guy that we have here.
Alright. And indeed, you do punch his lights right out. You crack him to the skull and cave the rest of his skull in, and he falls down to the ground. All 3 ghouls are dead. Congratulations, everybody. You have defeated more ghouls. Go ahead and give yourselves 300 experience for defeating these ghouls, which will... Ooh, you're so close, guys. So very, very close. It should be 62-65 now. God damn it. There we go. Now we got your ideals there. Okay, so go ahead and see what was in here. So these look like just some old stone bunks in orderly rows. There's some bones in there that clearly the ghouls were munching on, and some scraps of armor. However, from what you can tell, these were just miners' barracks.
What's going on right there?
Over there, that doorway appears to go directly into the mine shaft. That was, probably the same shaft that you saw coming out the other side of the Great Hall. You can see that just looking down this way, it already veers off into several different directions that are going off into more places. So this is probably set up to give the miners more easy access.
How high up is this cliff in front of Ulfgar?
Let me see here. All the tunnels are 10 feet high. The room you're in itself has 20 feet high ceilings, but it lowers down to the actual tunnel in there is only 10 feet high.
Can I acrobatics my way up on it?
I mean, to the ceiling?
No, like I just want to get up on this.
Oh, no, that is just a doorway.
Oh,
So-
it's just a doorway. Okay.
Yeah, that's just a doorway. The floor is level.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the ceilings that are higher. Double front flip through the doorway. Yeah, you do a pretty
Roll first,
sweet
you might as
flip.
well use it.
You do a sweet flip through the doorway for no reason, but everyone thinks it looks pretty cool, so they don't say anything.
What do I see right here?
Right up there, you see it just kind of goes into a dead end. They possibly were carving some new stone in there, just kind of mining that area. Ulfgar, you see a long shaft, mine shaft going down that way. It does suddenly turn off and go 2 different ways there. So you're getting kind of a better view. This appears to just be a large mining tunnel. You can go ahead and explore it more if you want. You can go back the other ways that you came. And so Ulfgar down here, you're seeing more of the tunnels opening up.
Let's try to kind of stick together and not get lost in these tunnels.
Yeah. These, from what you can tell, this is definitely kind of a maze of tunnels.
We still haven't dealt with the creatures that we encountered
They're
earlier.
in a barricaded room.
Yeah, that is true. The creatures you saw earlier have still not been dealt with. You can continue moving down the mine shaft. You can go back and deal with the creatures. Go ahead and probably want to put that to a group vote, see what y'all want to do before you start moving about too much.
I kind of just go back here and tell everybody that this way just rounds back out to the ghoul room.
I don't like that we haven't dealt with those creatures in that room yet.
We might
If
circle
anything,
back
they may have
and
some
find their way in.
information.
Shall I go kick the door down?
That is what Ulfgar does best.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it. Don't tell him to flip a bench, though.
Benches and doors are different.
Yeah. Especially when they're bolted to the ground.
Exactly. It's cheating.
All right, so back up to the room with the shouting voices.
Start making my way there.
All right. Okay, Ulfgar, if you want to kick the door in, you're going to need to make a strength check.
Oh! Wait, that was a
Yeah, go try again. Do a check this time. Hopefully it's not that pathetic. So you kick the door, but you can tell it's pretty heavily barricaded. If you want to, you're going to have to make another check. But you've definitely... whoever's in there knows that you're in there at this point.
Delivery. Housekeeping.
All right, yeah, you give it... You're probably going to need at this point to give it one more good kick if you want to break that down. All right,
Okay.
This is the one that does it. You do manage to send the door flying open, finally. Splinters of wood fly off in every direction as you manage to break down the last of the barricade. And you can see that there are... crap, I lost my window, damn it! But yes, you see there's, looks like 4 bugbears in this room. Or 5 of them that were the ones who were arguing in their foreign tongue. They are clearly ready for you, so everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, well. To make up for the really good one we had last time.
Wow,
Yeah, we
Ulfgar.
can this stuff.
With your -1.
That's the Ulfgar we know and love.
Yeah, we'll go ahead.
Everybody is 10 and sub. Oh, no.
Yeah, let's see. I don't know, maybe Reed can save us today. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, he did alright. And who knows, maybe Zib will get a good roll out of this. Zib did okay. He's kind of average as well. Well, hopefully the bugbears are, a little better. Let's see here.
Ulfgar's just recovering from breaking down that door 3 times.
Yeah, right. You had to took some little bit of English on there to really get it to, actually come down. All right, so let's see
they're
here.
equally as bad. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, they're all pretty awful too. So Reed's gonna be the first. I know it's not illustrated well, but this is wide enough for 2 people to fit through. So let's see here. Reed was back there. That's going to take. Yeah, he can move up here. So Reed is going to take aim at this first one here in the back of the room. He's gonna see if he can hit him with his short bow, which he does. It manages to hit him for 4 piercing damage. So he hits him kind of in the bicep. It's not too painful of a hit, but it looks like it hurts nonetheless. And next it is the spectator's turn. So the spectator is going to float himself over here to the back, since he's, he's not a melee fighter, obviously. So the first person the spectator is going to target is this guy with his paralyzing ray. So let me see here. That paralyzing ray is a DC 13. We'll see if the bugbear can make it. Yes, the bugbear manages to resist the powerful ray of the spectator, our friend Zib. Let me see here. Oh wait, that is a Constitution saving throw. And he's going to target him with The same guy that Regis shot with his wounding ray. So let's see if the bugbear makes that. Yep, the bugbear does manage to get hit by it, but he's a pretty hardy fellow, so he only takes about half of that normal damage. Still looks like it hurt, but he's had worse. And next is this bugbear in the back, who's going to, let me see here. You know what, he's getting in the back, and it looks like he's ready to throw a javelin at anyone who steps through the door, but he's not going to step up quite yet. Next it is Valeria's turn.
I'm going to cast Produce Flame on that guy.
Alright. Let's see here. That is, let me see here. Oh, so you're going to use it as an attack. Alright. Let's see here. 15. So, let me see here. You do manage to throw the flame out at it, however, just at the last second, the bugbear manages to dodge out of the way of your magical fire. So, let me see here. Do you want to take a move action or anything else?
I guess I'll re-up my shillelagh as usual.
Alright. Alright, next up,
Can Kiv go before the bugbear?
we'll go ahead and bring that down
Dex
to...
mod.
Yeah, for Dex mod, let me see what the bugbear's is. Yeah, you would win on that Dex mod, so Kiv, you will be going first.
Sweet. Alright, Kiv is gonna squeeze through all his friends and get up here and cast Fairy Fire in the room.
Alright, let me see here, 20-foot cube. So, yeah, so those four guys will have to all make dexterity saving throws, and we'll do them clockwise from the bottom right. So, first guy makes. Next guy fails. So, currently only this guy was affected by the fairy fire and is lit up, so any attacks against blue guy will have advantage.
And then Kiv is going to inspire Ulfgar and just give him a huge slap on the ass. Be like, get in there!
Alright, Ulfgar, you have been inspired, which I believe is an extra d6 you can apply to any attack within the next 10 minutes.
Awesome. I feel inspired.
Alright, excellent. Well, now it is the bugbear in the back's turn, who dodged out of the way of the fairy fire, and he's going to throw his javelin at Ulfgar there, see if he can hit him. I don't know why I just did 2d6 plus 2. God damn it. I swear I hate these things sometimes. Alright, so... Oh, damn it. Alright, yeah, so he throws a javelin at Ulfgar, however, is pretty weak, and now he doesn't have a javelin anymore. What an idiot. Kind of lands right in front of him here. It's one of the weaker throws you've seen. Next up, the glowing blue bugbear is going to step up and see if he can take an attack at Ulfgar, close and personal with his Morning Star. Which he is not able to hit. Ulfgar kind of just, leans out of the way. Wasn't even really a very effective attack. Next, it is this bugbear's turn, who's going to swing at Kiv with his Morning Star. And he also is unable to hit Kiv. Kiv, using his nimble halfling skills, just easily slides right out of the way. No big deal for him. Sin, it is now your turn.
I can share a space with the kid, right?
Yes, he has halfling nimbleness, so you can share space.
Okay, I'm gonna share a space with him. I'll spend a key point, and I'm gonna flurry of blows blue.
Alright, should have advantage on all those.
And I'll do prone if you lit.
Alright, let's see here. So, let me see. That first hit does not manage to do anything to him, but the the actual 2 flurry of blows both land straight and true on him. He takes 18 damage and a DC 16 dexterity saving throw. Let's see if he gets knocked down or not.
It's
All
gonna
right.
do it again.
What was that?
It's on every flurry blow. Sorry.
Oh, okay, so we gotta do it twice. Alright, so that first one he manages to keep his footing, but that second one, not so much. So let's see here. The bugbear is now prone, so he's going to have to spend his move action getting up if he wants to. And let me see here. Other than that, he does look like he's still alive, but you knocked the wind out of him pretty good.
And I'm a mess kid, so.
Let's see here. You. Hang on, let me get back to the right turn order here. Alright, so next is the bugbear standing over here, who's going to pick up his javelin and throw it at Ulfgar. See if he can hit him with a cool javelin throw. Which, does that hit? It does not. The javelin kind of bounces off Ulfgar's chainmail, but he didn't throw it hard enough to actually penetrate. So now it is finally Ulfgar's turn.
Alright, so I'm going to take an attack on the one in front of me who is down on the ground.
Alright, should have advantage since he is prone. Let's see here. 11 damage. So, once again, Ulfgar manages to dispatch this helpless foe quite expertly. He cleaves his mighty axe down and cuts his skull in half vertically. It's a nice clean cut, so it's like the brains aren't even leaking out. They just come out in 2 perfect little chunks.
5-foot step in the room.
Alright. There's going to be an attack of opportunity from the bugbear, who was on the other side since you're moving out of that range. He's going to swing at you with his Morning Star, but he misses. You managed to jump out of the way in time, no problem. Next, it is Reed's turn, who is going to shoot another arrow at this guy in the back. This one's not as good, though. The arrow misses wide and kind of lands into the bed nearby. The spectator is going to see if he can maybe try again on the whole, wounding ray. See if this guy in the back can get hurt at all. So let's see, 13 Constitution. Wow, yeah, this one was a much better ray. It zaps deeply into the bugbear. He cries out in agony and is barely able to stay on his feet. He's huffing and puffing and looking like he's having a bad time. And the spectator is also going to shoot his paralyzing ray at the one in the very back. Let's see if that one can make his saving throw. That one also manages to fail his throw, so the guy in the back is now paralyzed. He can no longer move. So let's see here. It's now Valeria's turn.
Move up. And I'll just swing.
Alright. Okay, you swing at that guy, however your attack does not manage to land. The bugbear is wearing some pretty tough armor, so you hit him, but it's not an effective hit. And next it is Kiv's turn.
Alright. Kiv is going to try to Eldritch Blast this guy over here.
Alright. Wow, definitely an effective hit. You managed to send the blast of crackling energy right into the bugbear's chest. He wails out and screams at you in some sort of foreign tongue, but you can't understand what he's saying, but clearly that was, it hurts. He didn't like it. That's really the feeling he's trying to convey here. Alright, next it is the bugbear over in the corner who got hit with the necrotic wounding ray. He doesn't have his javelin because he threw it and missed, so now he's going to run up to Ulfgar and take an attack at him with his Morning Star. Which does not hit. It swings wide and kind of goes over Ulfgar's head. Clearly the bugbear had judged Ulfgar to be taller than he actually is. And this bugbear over here, who's next to Sin, is... yeah, he's not paralyzed or anything, so he's going to swing at Sin with his Morning Star. Which was a better hit. He manages to hit... let me see, we'll roll the actual 2d8 instead of, just leaving it up to the gods there. So, yeah, came out to the average anyway. Nice. So, Sin takes 11 damage from this fierce Morning Star blow. He's got a pretty good bleed going on there on his shoulder.
I've had worse.
Yeah, just a scratch, right? Alright, now it is Sin's turn.
Oh boy. Okay, that really hurt. I'm still gonna take an adjustment,
Alright.
and I'm just gonna try to push this guy.
Alright. Alright, let me see. Both of those...
Hold on, that's an advantage.
Oh, okay.
Let me just redo it.
Okay, no problem.
There you go.
Alright, well, they're still both effective hits. So let's see, 12 plus 7, so 19 damage to him total. You managed to give him the old two-piece in the biscuit, you know, nice double combo right to his jaw. It's pretty painful for him. Let me see, 19 damage, so he's looking like he's kind of dizzy. You rung his bell pretty good, but he kind of shakes his head, regains his composure, and is ready to fight again. Next is the lower bugbear, who's going to try and swing at Ulfgar with his Morning Star. Doesn't hit though. Ulfgar's chainmail is simply too strong for the bugbear. The bugbear is looking like he's doubting his ability to swing that thing properly. Now it's Ulfgar's turn.
I choose violence.
Ah, good choice. Let's see here. And violence somewhat prevailed today. You swing at him, and it hits, but you just kind of take a hunk out of his forearm, really. It's not that effective a hit, you know, so he kind of grunts like, ugh, you know, it's almost as if he stubbed his toe, but it wasn't that great a hit. Violence somewhat prevailed on this day. And
There will be more.
What was that?
There will be more violence.
Very good. Alright, Reed is going to decide to attack this guy who looks incredibly weak with his short bow, since he's going to have advantage, since he's already engaged with Sin. And 5 piercing damage plus another 2d6 for his sneaky attacky. Alright, so he manages to send an arrow flying right into the bugbear's eye. It screams out in agony and then falls to the ground, and the arrow actually gets pushed more into his head because he falls on his face. And next we have the Spectator, who is going to use his wounding ray on the other one next to Kiv. And let me see here, does the bugbear make that? Wow, that's a... Wow, yeah, that didn't work out too good for the bugbear. The wounding ray goes right into the bugbear's ear and kind of fries his brains from the inside, and all this brownish pinkish goo just leaks out as he falls to the ground. But wait, there's more. The Spectator also targets the one next to Ulfgar with a ray that none of you have seen him use yet. So, a ray shoots out of him, and let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I had to check something. The ray shoots out at the bugbear, but it seems to have no effect. But this is kind of a newer ray you haven't really seen him do before. Looks like Zib is kind of upset that it didn't work. Okay, next is the paralyzed bugbear, who's going to have to make his Constitution saving throw to see if he can unparalyze himself. Which he does not, so he's still just kind of sitting there helplessly. Alright, Valeria, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna go up and around towards the paralyzed guy.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna hit him, and I have advantage, right?
Yeah, you'll have advantage, and it's a critical automatically if it hits. Wow, so that was a critical no matter what. Well, excellently done. Yeah, you wail on him with your friggin' shillelagh there, doing 14 damage. You can hear some bones cracking audibly when you manage to hit that. Let's see, 8 plus 6, so 14 damage. Yeah, you hear audible bones cracking when you slam your shillelagh into his ribs. You've probably broken at least a few of those. And now it is time for Kiv.
Kid wants to get in on that.
Alright. Alright, let me see here. So, yeah, you send a crackling beam of eldritch energy into the bug paralyzed, defenseless foe as well, and managed to zap him pretty good. He is, even though it's clearly involuntary, but he is twitching around on the ground, not feeling it right now. He's clearly in a lot of pain. So, let's see, dead. Sin, it is now your turn.
Yeah, I'll just try to give him the old 1-2 on this guy.
Alright, let's see here. You do manage to give him the old 1-2 indeed. Let's see here. 10 plus 11 plus 5. Yeah, you give him the 1-2 plus a little bit more. You manage to kick the legs out from under him and just stomp him into the ground, kind of make him bite the curb without even realizing it. He's no longer an effective fighter, needless to say. Ulfgar, what you gonna do?
There will be more violence.
Ah, excellent. More violence.
They have to go move into violencing range.
Yeah, go and violence it up.
Oh, good. He's paralyzed, right?
Yes, he is paralyzed.
Aha! There's no escaping now. Person cannot flee.
Okay, well, you do manage to hit him. You go full axe cop on this guy and chop his head right off as he lays on the ground.
That's what happens to bad guys.
Yeah, never had a chance. Alright, congratulations. The bugbears are dead. Alright, so...
Another victory for violence, friends.
Yes, indeed. Alrighty, so let's see here. Alright, looks like, congratulations, you have earned 400 experience for defeating the bugbears. And that will bring you to 66-65, which is enough to level you up to level 5. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
You get any kind of level up sound effect?
Let me see here. I don't know if I have a level up sound effect. Let me see, I can...
It's been a while. But were we doing this RPG style where we get full health?
Yes, we are doing that, so... Yeah, we'll do it RPG style where you get full health upon leveling up. I've always liked that rule.
Just health though, right? Not like spell slots and shit.
Yeah, not spell slots, just your health.
Yep.
Alright, let me see here. So, Reed, I went ahead and leveled up. Yeah, because I don't think he... Yeah, level 5, so... Yeah, oh yeah, Reed did get some new stuff. Let me see. Yeah, Reed's got some new rogue stuff, like Blind Sense.
And second attack, maybe, right?
Yes. Let me see here.
My fist became a D6 now, and I get my second attack.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, shit. Alright, let's see here.
I just got my second attack.
Nice. So, yeah, now we got some... Gonna have some more interesting combat here.
And I just got access to my second level spells.
Ah, excellent. Let me see here. Let me see. Reed actually does not get a second attack, it looks like. But his sneak attack is now 3d6, and he also has Uncanny Dodge. Alright, so wow.
Ooh, I got Stunning Strike.
Yeah, let me see here. Oh god, Kiv. Sorry, bruh.
Yay!
Ah, man.
Wow.
I'll let you re-roll that one. I don't want to only give you 1 HP to level up.
I mean, it's part of the game. It's all right.
All right, fair enough. It always seemed like such a jip to me. Like, yeah, great.
I always had one reroll with hit points. If you rolled a 1 was my rule, and if you rolled a 1 a second time, clearly the fates decided
Yeah.
you're fucked.
At that point, it's like,
was
nah,
does,
bro.
does lucky apply?
Lucky
that was
applies.
my. Oh, cool. Yeah.
I'll give it to you just because. If you get 1 again, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Well, shit. There's that halfling luck. There's that halfling luck for you,
I'll
man.
take it.
I got 3 HP, boys.
Booyah!
Off guard.
Wow. Well, you definitely, you all feel much stronger for your experience. You've learned a lot from these battles so far.
Is there like a level up button on the character sheet, or how do you even change it?
You know where it says next to your class, it'll have like the number. If you just click that when you're in edit mode, then you just change it to the level.
Yeah, you can click that number.
The pencil.
Yeah, you have to have the pencil. As long as the pencil is yellow, then you go up to the number next to your class and change it over to a 5. That should level you up, and it should actually automatically add a lot of stuff for you. Your spells you'll have to put in manually at some point, but for now we can just kind of go from the spell list, and then you can add them in manually later to speed stuff up. But let me see
it
here.
changes your proficiencies and all your stuff like that too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, let me see here. But on 5th level, you see, yeah, you'll basically now you have 2 3rd level spells is the change for you, and your proficiency bonus goes up to 3, but you don't get any new class features beyond that. Oh, yeah, that's it. So yeah, you'll have 2 3rd level spells. That's it.
I gotta go look up what those even are.
Cool.
All right.
Do I see anything in this room or?
This looks like, I mean, it's obviously been recently used. Let me go ahead and pull up my description for it. So, yeah, you can see there's just some old stone bunks lining the walls, but it's lit and heated by the glowing brazier in the middle of the room here, because obviously these bugbears were using it. It's not barricaded from this side, so if you wanted to, you could go through that door without any problem. But yeah, it looks like whatever they were doing, they were barricading this side. Possibly, you don't know from what, but I mean, judging on the amount of ghouls and stuff you've met, it's pretty obvious they didn't want something getting in from there.
Can I see a little bit further into there?
You can open the door up if you want.
I'll try to do it sneakily.
All right, you sneakily open up the door, and you can see that it opens up into a hallway. There's a stairway leading down toward the west. There's a dead end to the south, and there's a stairway leading up to a hall to the north.
Okay, I just kind of tell my fellows over here.
Shall we continue on?
I'm fine with that.
All right. So, looks like you got a couple options. You can go down this way and see what's in there, or you can go up this way.
Like let's see here. Just from listening around me, do I hear anything particular or?
Let me see if there's anything in particular you hear.
I'm right here. I'm just kind of like in between the two ways.
You can't really hear anything in particular, no. From over here either, you can't really hear a whole lot. A little bit of water in that direction, but there's not a whole lot you can hear from it, just some water dripping.
Like rushing water or like dripping water, like a cave?
Like dripping water, like in a cave, you know. It's not really it's not like flowing water or anything like that.
I'll kind of just try to teeter down these stairs.
All
Do
right.
you roll another stealth check?
No, you don't need to. So I'll go ahead and reveal the room to you. So in this room, it's a still pool. The water's dark. You can't really tell what's in there. It's stagnant. The shore of the pool has a thin layer of broken shells from strange mussels, and there's a fishy odor hanging in the air. There's a passage leading south, and of course the steps that you just came from. There's a sluggish stream kind of flowing out. You know, you can see it's kind of flowing out of the cave down this way, but you really wouldn't be able to follow it. Other than that, you can see it leads to this passage south here, which kind of looks like it might be the rest of the mining shafts. But other than that, there's nothing else of note in here.
Okay, are you guys still back in that room or?
Yeah, it looks like
Yep,
that's
we're still
where.
waiting for you to come back.
Okay, so I'll just go back and tell you. So I found some stagnant water. Just kind of doesn't look like there's much flow at it at all, and then there's just another lead that goes back to the south down the mining shafts down that way.
I'd say let's not go south, but we can check out either of the other ways.
Sounds good.
I think south is just going to take us back to where we kind of were.
Yeah.
If I have not gotten myself turned around in here.
Yeah, so...
Go ahead.
Okay.
Ulfgar be the forefront there.
Yeah, you might want to put your meat shield up front just in case. Alright, so... let's see here.
All right.
Right, let's see here. So, upon stepping in this hallway, go ahead and quick make a stealth check. Just Ulfgar, by the way. Or, yeah. Alright, Ulfgar, real quick, make a stealth check when you're stepping up in there. Ooh, yeah, you kind of clang up, and you start seeing that, so you can see the hallway splits off two ways, but yeah, you see that there's what appears to be a drow standing here, as well as some bugbears, as well as at least one bugbear that you can see, but you can't really see into the hallway from there. So, let me see here. The drow immediately turns around and he starts yelling out and drawing his blade. It looks like he's ready for some combat here. Everyone roll initiative. Alright, let's see here. Now, let me see here. Hang on. Ah, jeez. Ah, there we go. Yes. Yes, yes. Sorry, I thought I had the wrong character pulled up for a second, but we're all good. Alright, so... The male drow begins yelling out and saying, to arms, intruders! You can't really hear anything beyond, you know, the one bugbear yelling out, but you can tell there's definitely more than one bugbear in that cavern. So, let's see here. Let's see, Ulfgar. Ulfgar, what did you get for your initiative? Because it's not showing up on my chat log.
8, I believe.
Alright.
Yep, 8.
Yeah, for whatever reason, it's not showing up on my side.
It's right under his stealth check.
Oh, okay, alright, yeah, there we go. I don't know why I did that. Okay, so, let me see here. I think we added read in, and let's give Zib his.
Since I'm right next to Ulfgar, do you think I'd have enough time to maybe like say something out to the drow?
Yes.
Or does I have to wait for my initiative turn?
Since you're right next to him, you can go ahead and yell something out at him if you want.
Can I yell at him in Undercommon and ask him what he's doing here?
Yeah, you can yell at him in Undercommon, yeah. He yells back to you. That's none of your business, intruder. Prepare to die.
So he is speaking Undercommon back, though.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe it's not another, whatever that thing was.
All right. So, wow, looks like our friend Zib is actually going to go first. Let's see if he can move up all the way. Yeah, so he goes ahead and floats his way around to behind Ulfgar and prepares to shoot a ray out at the drow. Let me see here. So he shoots that same mystery ray as before out at the drow. Let's see if the drow can withstand it. And the drow is not able to withstand the mystery ray. Suddenly his eyes grow wide at, you're not sure what, but whatever it is, it's scaring the crap out of him. So let me see here. He starts to run away and scream like a little girl. So yeah, whatever that ray did, the drow didn't like it. Now we're up to Reed's turn, who will use his halfling nimbleness to easily maneuver his way about and take aim at, let me see here. Yeah, he's going to take aim at the drow with his short bow. So let's see here. Sorry, having trouble pulling Reed's stuff up. There we go. And, oh crap, I did that with advantage to the other one. Alright, we'll do that again. Sorry about that. At normal. Alright, so he still does manage to hit. An arrow lands true into the drow's leg and manages to hit him for 6 damage. He yells out in pain, but he is still making an attempt to flee and run away from the battle. And next, it is Kip's turn.
Kid's gonna run up here, and then can he try to like peek around this corner real quick?
Yeah, you can go ahead and peek around the corner. So, you know what, now that you're standing in the doorway, I'll let you see the whole room. So yeah. So you can see that this is a cavern. This appears to be where kind of the water is flowing all around the cavern. You can see that the spillway that was powering the water mill ends up in here, and there are 2 other bugbears in addition to the drow. There's a kind of a drop-off here. You can see they have some ropes tied off so they can get access to the lower part of the cavern, but you can tell that you are on the upper part.
Alright, Kiv is going to throw an Eldritch Blast at this guy.
At the drow or the bugbear? Okay.
The bugbear.
Okay. Alright. Let's see here. Eldritch Blast, and it does manage to hit the bugbear with quite a bit of force. So it hits the bugbear in the chest, and his chest caves in a little bit, but he manages to flex and kind of shake it off. So let me see here.
And then he just kind of steps back a little bit.
Whoopsie. There we go. Alright. So next it is Valeria's turn.
I don't have a lot of space. Pretty cramped here.
Yeah. So, let's see. Yeah, you don't have a whole lot of space to move there, but let me see. I mean, there's got to be something you can do.
It looks like I can move straight to the front if I want to.
Yeah, you could.
That's it.
You could do that and still have an action ready to go.
I'm gonna cast Produce Flame on the fleeing drow. We said he was fleeing, right?
Yes. Alright, let me see here. Go ahead and make your attack roll on that. Let's see, 11. Alright, your flame is not able to hit him. It sails nearby, but in his cowardly running, he manages to actually inadvertently dodge the flame. Or actually, you know what? Go ahead and make that again because there is he does have disadvantage. Oh no, wait, he has disadvantage on attack rolls, but not advantage on ability. You don't have advantage on him, so no. Alright, so, let me
I
see.
think I'm supposed to add my proficiency bonus to that, so if 14 would hit, I assume it would, but...
Actually, you know what? You're right, you should add 14, so actually that would hit, so go ahead and roll 2d8 for your damage. Alright, so your flame actually does hit him true and scorches him up pretty good. He's screaming even more at this point. Looks terribly frightened by everything that's going on. And next it is Bugbear guy over here, who's going to walk up and take a swing at you with his Morning Star. However, he is unable to hit you with his Morning Star. You see, yeah, he swings wide and is unable to hit you. Next up, this bugbear at the bottom of the chamber here is going to grab onto the rope and climb and hoist himself up to the top of the cave there. We're back to this guy who is screaming like an idiot, the drow. Let's see if he can maybe regain his composure. The drow does not regain his composure, and in fact starts running away even more. You see. He's going to try and jump down, see if maybe he can just jump to the bottom. He doesn't even want to, you know, waste time trying to climb that rope. He is able to jump down to the bottom and lands there, and continues running toward the end of the room. So next it is Ulfgar's turn.
Has it been 10 minutes since that last room over here?
Yeah, it's been about 10 minutes.
Let's see.
Yeah, it looks like me and you are kind of stuck, huh?
Yeah, a bit of a way. It's a bit cramped, but yeah, you can move through someone's space if they're willing to let you. You just can't share it unless they're a halfling.
It worked, Ulfgar.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so let's see here. You're gonna... Whoa, nice. Yeah, good roll on that one. You managed to swing that axe right into him and chop him in the side really good. The bugbear screams out in pain. He's holding... Oh yeah, you got 2 attacks. Go ahead and make another one.
Oh right, that's right. I do have it.
Yeah, you're level 5 now, bitch.
Justice.
That second attack was not as good as the first one, so he's still screaming and bleeding out of his side all over the place. It's gross. But, you know, good on you for taking those 2 attacks. Sin, it's now your turn.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of go right there.
All right.
Then I'm just gonna punch this guy.
All right, punch him good. All right. First punch does not hit, nor does the second, but the third one manages to get him pretty good. You punch him. He's kind of facing away from you, so... would this count as flanked?
Yeah, I mean, there's enemies on 2 sides, but I'm not on the opposite side, so I don't think so. I'm kind of
Okay.
like hitting him at like an angle.
Nah, then that's not going to count. So, yeah, you managed to deal 9 damage to him. You kind of donkey punch him in the back of the head. It's, looks like it hurts pretty good. And then, of course, oh yeah, you have like...
Oops, that was an accident.
Yeah, I was like, wait, yeah, because you get 3 attacks now for level 5. So, let me see here, 9 damage, So, I mean, it hurts. He's dizzy. He's barely able to stand up under his own power at this point, but he's still alive and well. Let's see here. And the bugbear down at the bottom of the cave here is going to pick up his javelin and try and throw it at Sin with all his might. So, let's see here. However, the might is not mighty enough. The javelin sails wide and lands into this this river right here next to you with a harmless splash. And now it is the spectator's turn. He goes ahead and shoots one of his eye beams at the let me see, at the bugbear who's standing in the door there. Let's see what we do here. So he shoots that wounding ray. Wow. Even though the... Wait. That was a Constitution saving throw, not a Dex, my bad. You see, I mean, either way, he's not looking good. Yeah, he shoots the wounding ray right into the bugbear's eyes. And the crackling energy fills his brain and makes his head explode all over the place. It's disgusting. It gets all over your armor. You're kind of grossed out. So, yeah. Alright, and let me see. He's going to use his paralyzing ray on the other bugbear. So let's see if the bugbear can handle that. The bugbear cannot handle it. The bugbear over here takes one jolt from that ray and is now unable to move. He's frozen in place. With that, it's Reed's turn. Reed is going to step up, and let's see here. Let's see how far Reed can go. Yeah, so Reed's gonna step up on top of the dead bugbear and try and shoot at the... Let's see, he's gonna shoot at the old regular one there. So he's got a sneak attack, so that would count as a sneak attack, which is a critical, and he's got 3d6 damage for that as well. So let's see here. Yeah, wow. So 17 plus 14. Yeah. This bugbear is no longer effective. Reed just steps on top of him and launches an arrow right into his eye. And the whole body, his stiffened body, just falls to the ground in one big heap of rigor mortis. He's no longer going to be bothering anybody. Now it is Kiv's turn.
Alright, Kiv is going to blast this guy.
Alright, blast away. And blast you do. Let me see, you did, yeah, you have 2d10 on your Eldritch Blast now, good, you got that added in. So yeah, blast you do. You managed to hit him pretty hard with those two crackling beams of energy. They lay right into him, and he takes, let's see, yeah. So, he's still screaming and all that.
No.
Actually, let me see.
I don't think so, right?
Oh yeah. So yeah, go ahead and roll the other
no.
beam. Roll the other beam, so just do another d20. Make sure both of them hit. Yeah, it is a separate attack roll for each beam, that is correct. So yeah, just roll another spell attack, which also... Okay, good. So just confirm that does hit.
So I should just change it back to 1d10 and then just roll it twice when I'm going to roll?
Yeah, because it's two separate
Weird.
attacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you could always,
Yeah, it is technically two separate attacks, even though they're aimed at the same person. So, let me see here. Alright, but yeah, both...
the damage it's already rolled because it's already 2d10 rolled.
Yeah, it's no big deal. Moving on, yeah, he manages to take the damage from the beams. He's still screaming like a little baby and just keeps getting wailed on. With that, it is now Valeria's turn.
The ceilings here aren't really high or anything, right?
They're about 20, or no, actually, double check that, hang on, because I know in the caverns I had set the ceilings to be higher. So, yeah, in the cavern the ceilings are 30 feet high, and they have some stalactites hanging down, but they're 30 feet.
It doesn't make a difference unless they're 100 feet tall.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, well, shit.
Alright, then I'm gonna use Produce Flame on the fleet guy again.
Alright. Go ahead and make that attack roll. Let's see, 10 plus 5.
Solid.
Yeah, so unfortunately, this is one of those cases where his flailing about like an idiot actually was to his advantage. He is not affected by that, and he manages to inadvertently dodge out of the way. So let me see here. Next, that bugbear is dead, and so is the other one. And let's see if this guy has managed to regain his composure. Let's see here. He has not yet regained his composure. Let me see here. He continues screaming and running like a little girl and is over here, kind of cowering and crying. Next, it is Ulfgar's turn.
Alright, Ulfgar is going to heft up his axe and yell out to the group, "Take the elf alive so we can question it!" And then he's going to take a running start and leap and attack this bugbear.
Alright, make an athletics check. Oh yeah, that works. You go ahead and you can leap down and run and attack him. So you can go ahead and make your normal attack, or both of them really. Let's see here. So that first one is a hit. Make your second one. Okay, so both of your attacks hit. You swing one way and then swing the other into him. Let's see, 18 total damage. Okay, so yeah, you chop him really good in the arm and then chop him really good in the leg. He's yelling out and bleeding all over the place and looking at you with fury in his eyes. Sin, it is now your turn.
Is it athletics to get down, or is it acrobatics, or can I choose?
Let me see, you can choose. Depends on if you want to do a sweet flip or just try and jump.
Yeah, I was just doing a running, like, Metal Gear Raiden type jump.
Yeah.
Just to bring down thunder.
Alright, yeah, you do a pretty cool ninja flip on your way down there, and you manage to land on the ground, so basically subtract
Okay,
whatever
so-
it took you to get down, and then you can go anywhere in this room, you're a monk.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna kind of. Is this right here stable enough for me to actually be on?
Yeah, that's stable enough for you to keep your footing on there.
Okay. And this guy right here, I'm gonna apologize in advance, but I am gonna flurry of blows him.
Alright. And let me see here, are you going to try and make that for non-lethal?
Yeah, I'll make it for non-lethal.
Alright, let me see, hit. Yeah, you punch the crap out of him.
I'm gonna do a strength check, so basically I'm gonna try to use his body to dig into the wall.
Okay, let me see. He's going to be at... Yeah, so you can go ahead and do that. And
That's what I'm gonna use to knock him out if I do knock him out.
yeah,
like,
you
it's just
knock
like
him
some
out. He's unconscious. Like, you punch the crap out of him. So he's no longer conscious at all. He's just kind of leaning up against... You're holding him up against the wall, but he's not fighting back anymore. He's passed out completely.
Ain't nothing but a key point.
Yeah, right? Holy crap. Alright, and Bugbear is now going to swing back at Ulfgar with his Morningstar, because that hurt, and he's not down with it. And he manages to hit Ulfgar for... Let's see... Manages to hit him for 15 damage. So, let's see here. Alright, Ulfgar takes 15 damage from the Morningstar of the Bugbear. Spectator, our friend Zib, is gonna float his way over here. Let's see, was that? Yep. He's gonna float over there, and he's going to shoot one of his eye beams, his wounding ray at the Bugbear. And let's see if the Bugbear can make that saving throw or not. The Bugbear does not make the saving throw, and it's deeply wounded by the wounding ray. However, it's still alive. From there, Zib just kind of decides to hang out. It is Reed's turn, who, let's see here. Just seeing if Reed can hit from where he is. Alright, yeah, he can hit from where he is, but he's going to step out of the way anywho. So that way there's more room for everybody else to move about. And he's going to draw his bow, which he does have advantage since the Bugbear is currently engaged with Ulfgar. And let me see here. Manages to hit and land his arrow square into the Bugbear. The Bugbear finally has just lost too much blood, and it draws its last breath and falls to the ground. So, you have defeated the Bugbears and effectively neutralized the Drow. All right, so for that, let me see how much I'm going to give you here. So for the bugbears, plus, I'm going to go ahead and give you some XP for subduing the drow. Let me see here. Let me see here. So go ahead and give yourselves 650 experience. So that should bring you up. Let me see here. Yeah, 650.
7310.
7310 should be your current XP now.
All right.
All right. Oh, right. You have you've gone ahead and neutralized all the threats in this area. Other than that, you have the passed out drow who is pretty much at your mercy. Ulfgar is a full hero.
I guess we'll take some of the water and kind of splash it on him. Try to
All
get him to
right.
wake up.
Let me see here. All right, so he wakes up and like starts kind of shaking his head, and he
I'm going
yells,
to cast Zone of Truth.
"Okay, cast Zone of Truth." Let's see here.
How do I post it in chat?
Okay, you should be able to just click on the spell if it's in your spell book, but I mean, I'll go ahead and
It's not yet. I haven't had it yet.
here, I'll just post it in chat really quick. No big deal.
Basically, he
Alright.
can't lie.
Yeah, so you got 15 feet. Let me see here. Creature that enters the spell area for the first time or starts on it must make a charisma saving throw. So we'll go ahead and have him make that saving throw. And I believe the saving throw will be, yeah, that's going to
My
be
DC
versus
is 14.
yours. So what's your DC on that?
14.
Okay. Let's see
I can
here.
make that like a sneaky roll too. To
Oh,
see
yeah.
if we
Let's see here. So 14 DC. All right, so I've gone ahead and made that roll. And that's going to be a sneaky roll, so you don't know if it actually worked on him.
I think we're supposed to know.
Let me see here.
No,
Oh, yeah,
it
you
doesn't-
know whether each creature... Okay, so yeah, you actually do know that.
Ah, there it is.
So yeah, there you go. Yeah, he succeeded on his saving throw. But, I mean, keep in mind, it's any time he enters the area. So, you know.
4 stars his turn there, so like really every 6 seconds.
Yeah, so he's got to keep making that saving throw. Let me see. Creature that enters the spell's area for the first time or on a turn that
So it
starts...
starts its turn there.
Yeah.
So yeah, every round he would have to save again.
Yeah, so right now he's made it. Let
So
me
we
see
know
here.
that he won't. So in other words, it's probably after every question or so, because it's every
Yeah.
6 seconds.
After every
So we should
question.
So we should ask him questions he can't lie on or wouldn't lie on when he passes, like now.
Yeah.
Good one. What's his name?
Says, my name is Valarak.
I believe him.
Very good. Or Valrak, excuse me. His name is Valrak.
He was lying.
Yeah, there we go. Valrak.
Groovy.
Sorry.
All
I
right.
added extra syllables to my own character.
Well, I'm not the brains of this operation, so someone else will have to take point on interrogating him.
looks like him.
I don't know what information we want out of this guy.
What are you doing here?
Alright. Tells you, that is none of your business, interloper. He spits on the ground and sneers at you.
Is there anyone else here besides you that was with you?
He strains, but he cannot lie. Yes, there are others here. The Black Spider and other bugbears that we have brought with us. And of course his pets.
Where is
Pets.
the black spider?
Alright, let's see here.
Whoa!
The Black Spider is just down the corridor in the interior temple. He points off, and you can tell he's pointing at the end of this hall and through this doorway.
What do you want done here? Well, what's your purpose here? Oh, God damn.
Says, our purpose? Why, we just mean to garrison here, obviously. We're not going to do anyone harm.
I call him a bad name in Undercommon.
He looks at you and narrows his eyes.
Why shouldn't we kill you?
Well, I don't know if he'd need to tell the truth on that, if he'd need to lie on that, but okay.
Yeah, really.
Like, you should.
Yeah, it's
Tell the
not.
truth. Why shouldn't we kill you?
Because I'm not the one you're here for, and you know that.
What do you know about the altar?
The altar, let me see here. I'm gonna keep rolling his dice here. The altar? What altar?
I'm sorry. I meant the forge. I misspoke.
The forge? We have been attempting to take the forge, but it was guarded by that creature you have brought with you. You meant to use the forge to create magical weapons and armor.
Ah, Zib, you're doing good work.
Thank you. He smiles in his jagged, toothy grin.
It's Zib's job to protect the forge. Did you know he's been here for centuries? Long ago.
God damn it. Yeah, someone might want to ask him a question before Ulfgar goes on forever.
Is the spider expecting us?
Let's see here. Let's see. No, the spider is not expecting you. He was not aware that anyone had intruded in the cavern.
Did you say he has pets in there with him?
He did say he had pets with him. What pets could they
What
possibly
kind
be?
of
Fuck.
pets?
Yes, he has 4 giant spiders that he keeps with him wherever he goes.
Gasp! The spider has spiders?
Does he have like a obvious weakness or maybe like a secret path that we can get the drop on him?
Alright, let's find out if he's going to tell you that.
Ah,
No, the black spider has no weaknesses. He is mighty and
Could be.
powerful.
You could be lying, friends.
Is there a back door?
No, there's no such way to get in other than that front door I told you of.
how long
Damn.
does Zone of Truth work for?
Zone of Truth works for...
So I mean,
that's-
we could literally just ask him the same question.
10
like, 8
minutes.
times.
yeah,
10 minutes.
10 minutes. So you've got a while to question him here, and you're going rapid fire, so I wouldn't... Yeah. So yeah, you got 10 minutes to question him. It's been like maybe 2 or 3 now.
I mean, I'm gonna ask the same question. Does he have weaknesses?
No, I told you before, he is mighty and strong.
Let me ask it this
Even-
way. Does he have weaknesses?
Damn, 3 times. I just hate it when people ask me a question 3 times in a row. It's just annoying.
It's my strategy.
That's a very particular weakness, but it's going to be exploited anyway.
All right.
Even if he can't lie, that doesn't mean he has to tell us the whole truth. He just can't give a specifically false answer.
Stop giving him helpful information.
The only weaknesses I know of is that he is sensitive to sunlight. If he were to be under the light of the sun, he would be at some sort of disadvantage in combat, I expect. It would hurt his eyes or something. I know he's sensitive. That's why he prefers to stay in caves.
Is there a back door?
Let's see if he wants to tell you this time. Yes, there is a back door. If you go back up this wall over here, you will see a back door right here. These stairways will lead down into a side of the room. He might not be expecting you, but beware, there's no actual door. It's just a hallway.
Maybe we can attack from both sides, friends. One of us can go from the side and one from the front.
Cool.
He won't be expecting that.
Yeah, clever.
I say we bind and gag this elf and go take out the black spider.
Yeah, sounds like a plan to me.
I have a little bit better I think I'll just kill.
What?
You're just gonna kill him? All right.
Oh.
All right.
Seriously?
I don't particularly like Trav.
All
You
right.
can't just kill a helpless prisoner. That's not just.
Well, he's dead. So, when Sin punches him and kills him for the last time, his body begins to shift and change into some sort of gray, almost featureless creature. You can tell
I
that
knew it.
he's actually a doppelganger.
I knew it. It's just like the last one.
Oh, goodness. Save it for Queen Doppelpopolis.
Yes,
That's Greek.
yeah, it sounds Greek. All right, well, so yeah, you've gone ahead and killed the who you thought was a drow. Looks like a Valrak. Damn, lightning! Holy shit!
They're just checking a macro.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to actually use.
I was just saying on the damage, like, wow, good job.
Well, just because he's a doppelganger doesn't make it okay. I'm gonna start heading to climb back up.
All right, so, all right, well, see, Reed is asking what side he should attack on, and as is Zib, he's asking if he should be with the front group or the one that will attack from the side.
I think ranged
don't know.
people should definitely be on the side, and me and Ulfgar can go through the front.
All right,
Yes, I thought I should go to the front because I am big and defensive and will get their attention.
all right.
Which side should I go through then? I'm kind of in the middle.
I mean, what?
Leave it up to you.
I'll
We
go
can make
through
it
the
an
side.
even split. Okay, that works.
All right, so,
Oh, Zib's on the side. Okay, I'll take the main route.
all right, so, right, so from what you can see, there's a big door right here, and of course, everyone here, you can go ahead. I will gonna have to make Kiv make a stealth check so you can move down the hallway stealthily. And Reed also made his stealth check. So let me see here. Let me see. Yeah, Reed does a lot more range stuff, and of course, what's his face? Zib is gonna make a stealth check as well, but he's floating around, so really he doesn't have to worry about clattering too much. Right. So all three of you, it looks like you haven't been noticed. So see into the room, and yes, the black spider does appear to be in there. And there's
So
also.
Are we having Ulfgar kick down the door, or are we just opening it? Or
Oh, I think we're trying to be
Kiki
quiet.
Kiki.
What?
we're the
Well,
distraction.
because
group.
we're trying to
have-
get their attention in the front.
we
So you guys
have-
on the side can sneak gun attack them. That's what I was thinking, at least.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we have the element of surprise. I don't know why you need to kick down the door.
All right, I guess we talked like beforehand, and I guess we'll just say we'll wait for a signal, whatever signal that is.
Probably the door getting kicked in would be a good one.
Okay.
During that discussion, can I bring up the fact that I have a new spell that I learned called Daylight?
Oh, yeah?
You can.
Interesting.
That sounds useful. Didn't he say something about daylight hurting him? That gives me an idea.
Yeah, it was your idea.
At worst, it'll make it easier for us to see. At best, it may have some potential effect upon him.
That's brilliant. Now that we have a way to cast daylight in the room.
God. Way to
Yeah,
go.
it was my idea.
Nothing gets past you, Wolfgar.
So Ulfgar's gonna kick down a door, and then everyone kind of like has a turn except for me because I'm not ranged, but just kind of do something at the same time, or
I want to prepare to
think
cast
that's-
Daylight as soon as the door gets kicked in.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want to prepare to cast Fairy Fire.
All right. Can do that. So
All
you
right.
can go have those as ready to action as soon as Ulfgar kicks in the door.
Before I kick in the door, I'm going to cast Bless
Bless. All right. Let's see.
with a second level slot.
Okay, let me see here. So, with the second level slot, you can, let me see here. Your blessing. Okay, who are you going to bless?
Myself, Sin, Valeria. That's 3. And I can bless one more person, so I will bless Reed as well.
Okay. So, yourself, basically your party right there where you're standing.
Yep, my party plus Reed.
Okay, so for the next 1 minute, then
And concentration up to 1 minute. You gotta add your D4 to attack rolls or saving throws.
yep. So, all
And
right,
then I'll kick in the door.
all right. Well, go ahead and kick away. I mean, the door was unlocked, so you managed to kick it in.
Ah!
All right. Let me see. Kiv casts Fairy Fire. So, you see, go ahead and outline the 20-foot. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so basically that one spider on the top right, and the 2 bugbears, and the black spider himself must all make dexterity throws. So, let's see here. Here's for the spider. The spider makes his throw. The black spider, who is not the same spider as we're talking about earlier, does not make his throw and is outlined in whatever color you want it to be.
Let's do blue.
All right, he is outlined in blue light. He's all glowy and stuff. And let's see, the bugbear on the right and the bugbear on the left. Bugbear on the right passes, as does the bugbear on the left, so it's just this. The black spider is now the blue spider. All right, and I'm going to go ahead, and you were going to cast daylight in there, right? Right, 60-foot
I'll
radius.
just choose like that campfire in the center of the room.
Okay.
It'll just become really freaking bright.
All right, so yeah, that's going to be the whole room is engulfed in daylight then.
Yeah, I was gonna say 60 feet would spill all the way to the tunnels outside, around the corners almost.
Yeah, so that
The
whole
whole room's gonna glow.
room is engulfed in daylight, which let me see. Yeah, so that's I don't know, that might prove advantageous for you. We will find out shortly. Okay, and with that, that's going to be our beginning of combat, and you guys have a surprise round in on him as well. All right, so go ahead and everyone start rolling initiative.
Behold my mighty 4.
4, the mightiest of all numbers. And let me see here. Add a turn for Ulfgar, because yours is acting wonky. And we'll do all of the spitters. Ah, damn it. Why do I keep hitting armor class? Not supposed to be giving this information away.
They look particularly squishy.
Yes, I mean, they are just spiders. Alright, well, let's see here. Our climactic final battle, the first person to go shall be... Oh wait, I forgot to give Reed and Zib their turns. We can't have them being left out of the battle. Ah, perhaps shouldn't have gave Reed the advantage on that. Alright. So, let's see here. Descending order. It is going to be Kiv first.
Alright, I guess I'll just start this off with a blast to the face.
Alright.
Black
Blast
spider.
away. Alright, and let me see here. So that's your first one, and that one does hit him pretty effectively, and you can get 2 hits in on him now, by the way, because it's 5th level. Wow. Yeah, you blast him pretty good with those initial blows. Let me see. Hang on, let me just check something. Damn. Yeah, so let's see, 19 damage total. So you hit him pretty good. He's reeling in pain from those mighty eldritch blasts you dealt to him. And is like, you know, already seems to be short of breath. Valyria, it is now your turn, unless Kiv, you want to make a move action?
No, I'm good here.
Alright, Valyria, it is your turn.
If I have a beam with a 5-foot radius and I move myself up to here.
Yeah.
Can I like go? Can I, if I do that line right there, will that hit the 3 of them or?
Let me see. If you were to see, if you want, now are you trying to talk about the bugbears and this black spider himself?
Yeah, and the dude in the back, I guess. I think that's a spider.
Let me see here. The beam itself has a 5-foot radius?
Or 5 foot width.
Okay, a 5 foot. Yeah, since they're all diagonal from each other, yeah, I'd let that go. Since they are all, you know, right in a straight line diagonally, yeah.
Well, you take a look at where I've got my line originating in space in front of you. It hits all 3 of you.
Yeah, that intersects with their squares, so I'd give that to you.
Okay, so I should move up 1.
Yes.
No, I mean, if it's
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I should save it then. That's a little deep into the room.
Yeah, because if you shot it from here, then yeah, you wouldn't be able to hit those 2.
Well, I mean, it's 5 foot width, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
It's like the width of an entire square, and that
Yeah.
line goes through the center of the beam.
Yeah. So,
Whatever, I'll save it once we're in better position. It's fine.
yeah. Alright.
Then I'm gonna just cast Shillelagh, and then I'm going to cast Produce Flame
Alright.
on this black spider.
Alright. Go ahead and make your roll on that for attack, and you will do that with advantage, which it looks like, wow! Natural 20. Produce Flame works. Go ahead and roll damage.
There's no, that doesn't crit because it's a spell attack.
the spell. If you have to roll to hit, they usually do crit.
Now, let me see. I don't know if spell crits are a thing.
I don't know about 5th edition. I haven't checked up on it, but I know in the other
Yeah.
previous editions, if you had to make an
Spell
attack
crits are
roll,
a thing. I don't know if that spell in particular is different, but
Critting with spells. Let me see here. Just double checking the rules here.
Yep.
According to basic
you get a critical
rules,
hit with a spell attack, you roll all
Yep.
damage die twice.
you roll the damage die twice, so that counts on spells. So yeah, go ahead and roll your damage for Produce Flame there. Woo! Yeah. Yeah. You send a flame flying into the black spider. He instantly just catches all of his clothes and his hair and everything on him. Instantly catches flame. He screams in agony and falls to the ground as a smoldering, charred mess. And since they've seen their mighty leader die, I'm gonna make the bugbears. I'm gonna make them go ahead and take a friggin' wisdom save there for watching their leader die. That's for the right, and that's for the left. They managed to hold their resolve in, though, just barely. The bugbears are now pretty infuriated that you killed their boss. But the black spider is dead. So, good job. Let me see here. Next up, do you want to make a move at all, Valeria?
I'll just hang out where I am for now.
Okay, next up, it is the spectator. Who, let me see here, does he have line of sight? He's going to float forward a little bit and get line of sight. And first thing he's going to do is zap one of the bugbears with his wounding ray. Let's see here. He's going to zap the right bugbear with his wounding ray. So let's see if the bugbear can make that save. He does not, so the bugbear takes 12 damage. Pretty wounded by that ray of wounding. It's pretty aptly named, if you ask me. So let's see here, and then he's going to use his paralyzing ray on the other one, which is also a Constitution check. So let's see if the bugbear can handle that. Bugbear has no problem resisting that paralyzing ray, though. He easily just shakes it off and is fully healthy. Next up, it is this first spider in the corner's turn, who is going to skitter up to Ulfgar. And he is going to make a bite attack. which is not able to hit. So next we have, let me see, this spider over here, who's going to, let me see here, see its speed really quick. I think he's got a 30. So let's see here. Yep, he does. He is able to skitter all the way over to Sin and make his biting attack versus him. And let me see here. He is not able to, though. Sin jumps out of the way just in time to avoid the mighty fangs of the large arachnid. And now it's this spider who's going to crawl over and try and bite our friend Zib. Wow. Yeah, there's no way he's going to hit him. Zib just kind of looks annoyed at him like, really? What are you even doing, buddy? And now it is Reed's turn to attack. Reed is going to draw his bow and shoot at the spider who just bit at Zib. And he manages to hit and sends an arrow flying into the spider's large abdomen. So the spider takes 7 damage from that. And lastly, it is this little guy over here on the other corner who is going to try and bite at Zib as well. And he is not able to hit Zib. The spider misses and, looks kind of embarrassed, like it wasn't very spiderly of him to do that. And up next we have the wounded bugbear, who, let's see here. He is going to run up and try and attack Zib with his Morning Star, which is not effective. He swings pretty weakly, like a very small child. Next it is Sin's turn. Sin, what would you like to do?
Alright, I think I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm just gonna try to squish the spider.
Alright.
The one just right in front of me there.
Yep. Yeah, well, let's see here. So let's see, 11 plus 10 plus 11 and 13. Yeah, so you do squish him. You give him a few punches and kicks and ended up... If you had a giant shoe, it would instantly have squashed him. The spider is just this big gooey pile of entrails and guts all over the floor.
Sweet. I'm just gonna move myself right there.
Alright. Next it is the attempted paralyzation bugbear, who runs up over the corpse of his dead master and swings at Sin with his Morning Star. Not a very good hit, though. He swings pretty wildly and seems like he's more blinded with fury than anything else. He's not able to hit you this time. And now it is Ulfgar's turn.
Alright, I'm going to attack this spider in front of me.
Alright. Alright, that first hit is successful. Take your next hit. Alright, so 12 damage total. Wow. You give a few good chops to the spider, and it eats them. It takes them, but it looks like it's still going to make it. So, I mean, it's spilling out some of his serum-type fluid and all that, but it's still alive. Looks like it's just not feeling that good. And next would have been the Black Spider's turn, but y'all managed to kill him in the surprise round, so we're back to Kiv.
Alright, and Kiv's gonna try to protect Zib here, so he's gonna try to blast the guy threatening him.
Alright. And, see, okay. You do manage to hit him with your first blast. Go ahead and make, and your second blast. Both managed to hit him true. They're not that effective, though. They're more of, like, glancing wounds. So he looks like he's still hurting from it, though. We see, he kind of is grabbing his shoulder, like, every time Vegeta gets his ass kicked, he kind of looks like that, where he's grabbing his arm and, like, grunting. And next, did you want to make a move action?
No.
Alright, then we're on Valyria. Trying to figure out an attack there.
Yeah, I was just looking at the beam again. I would prefer not to hit anybody on our team if I can.
Yeah.
I think I'll just hit the spider in front.
Alright. Alright, let me see here. You do manage to hit the spider right in front of you with your shillelagh. You crack down on its many eyes with your shillelagh, empowered with the, power of nature. It hisses and squeals in its unearthly shrieking sound, but it still manages to kind of get back up, and it's ready to attack again. Next, it is Zib's turn. Zib is going to attempt to zap the guy right in front of him. That bugbear with his wounding ray. Nope, that's him creating food. He was hungry. He decided to have a snack. And yeah, even if he makes the save, guess what? That bugbear is now dead. The wounding ray just zaps him and wounds him badly enough to make him fall to the ground. And next he is going to use his fear ray on the other bugbear. So let's see here. Bugbear is going to need to make a wisdom check. The bugbear, however, is not frightened. He stands bravely in the face of adversity. Alright, next it is this spider right here's turn. He's going to turn and bite at Sin. Or actually, no, he is going to attack Valeria with his spiderly fangs. And he does manage to hit Valeria with his fangs, dealing, let me see here, Valeria, make a Constitution save. Ooh, man. Valeria, wow, so, let me see here. You take a total of 25 damage from the spider and its poisoning venom. Let me see. And, let me see. Yeah, you, took poison damage, but you do not have the... Okay, yeah. Very stable poison. Alright, but yeah, you are not poisoned or paralyzed or anything like that. That's only if it would reduce you to 0 hit points. So yeah, it hurt like crazy. Spider bites down on you with quite a bit of force and injects a poison into your body that burns and stings. And let me see, that spider is dead. So next we are up to the top spider, who is going to crawl over to Sin, but not without provoking an attack of opportunity from Zib first. So Zib is going to attempt to bite him, which succeeds.
0 damage?
0 damage? Yeah, I guess it's a pretty girlish bite, a pretty weak one, as if a small baby with no teeth were attempting to bite him. It hits, but it doesn't bug. So, yeah, good job. Let me see here. So, with that, the giant spider is now going to attempt to bite our friend Sin. See if it works. However, his bite is not fast enough, and Sin is able to whirl out of the way without receiving any of the fangs or venom. Now it's Reed's turn, who is going to attack the lower spider, because that's really the only guy he's got left. Well, actually, he's going to use his halfling nimbleness to move past Zib and then attempt to stab him with his short sword. And he is able to hit him for 4 piercing damage, so he stabs him, not a very big stab, but gets him in the abdomen and, lets him know who's boss, let him know he's here. Next, it is that same spider's turn. He turns around and decides he's going to try and have some halfling today. So he bites at him fiercely. But he is not able to hit. Reed's better than that. He dodges out of the way nimbly and kind of goads the spider on like, come on, come and get me. Next, it is Sin's turn.
How healthy does this bugbear look next to me?
He looks like he is ready to go. You haven't even seen him get hit. He's looking like he's all ready. He's been born ready for this.
I think he looks like a key point. I'm gonna flurry blow him.
Yeah, alright, do what you gotta do. Alright, let's see here. So see those two, so you got 1 hit for 10, and your flurry of blows did 9 bludgeoning damage. And are you gonna try and knock him prone, or are you gonna try and let me see, push
I'll
him.
knock him prone.
Okay, so DC 17 Dex save for the bugbear, which he does not make. So now the bugbear is knocked prone. And let's see here, total of 9 plus 3, so 12 plus 10, so 22 damage. So yeah, you knock him around pretty good and end up sending him falling to the ground. He's struggling to get back up. He looks like he might be able to get up in a second though. Alright, and that is exactly what he's going to do. So he spends his move action getting up and yells out in fury at you and raises his morning star in the air. He tries to bring it down onto you, but you're just too fast for him and you manage to get out of the way, much to his chagrin. Now it is Ulfgar's turn.
So what does that symbol on him mean again?
That he was knocked prone, but he used his move action to get back up, so he's fine now.
Damn.
Yeah, sorry, you can't kill the defenseless opponent this time.
That's my best kind of opponent. Alright, I'll just attack him with my regular Justice Axe.
Alright. So, wow. Yeah, that was at the bugbear, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, you managed to chop his head clean off even as he's swinging. Yeah, so, you know, he takes his swing and then immediately thereafter you use his bad movement to just chop his head right off. He becomes a bloody fountain and starts squirting all over the place. And you still have one more attack.
The spider.
Alright, attack the spider. Let's see if lightning strikes twice. Which it does! You managed to also hit the spider. So,
Oh, good.
yeah, so you hit the spider as well, and chop it right in its spider head. It screeches and then twitches and also falls to the ground. Now we're back to Kiv's turn. Unless Ulfgar wanted to make a movement. Sorry about that.
So
Oh, yeah. I'll go ahead and... There we go.
Alright, so Kiv runs in, he's gonna Eldritch Blast, and he's gonna split this at 2 different spiders this time.
Alright.
The
So,
first one will be on the left.
okay. Go ahead and roll attack on the left, which hits. And blasts into the spider pretty good. Wow. And then your other one also hits it pretty effectively. So, first one takes 7 damage, which brings it down, and it screeches out in pain, but still manages to turn around and, like, hiss at you. The other one takes 9 damage.
If this was true tabletop, this would be when the GM starts checking our dice for weightedness.
Yeah, no kidding.
yeah.
With all these 20s.
Like, dude, it's gonna be inspecting him.
From Ulfgar.
Yeah, that's
Been saving
right.
them for this room.
Alright, been saving them 20s up. Holy shit. Alright, the other spider takes 9 damage. And it's also screeches out, but then turns around to check who the hell just did that to it. So they're both still alive. Valeria, it is now your turn.
Alright. So which is do the spiders look like they're in about the same condition, or is one of them particularly beat?
No, they both look about the same to you. Like, they've taken a beating, but they both look like they have the same amount of fight left in them, roughly.
I'm gonna move left and then fire at the one below Reed with produce flame.
Okay. Alright, that definitely hits. Roll damage. Alright. So you managed to hit it with that magical flame of yours, the very same one that killed the black spider. However, this magical flame does not kill the actual spider. Although it burns it pretty good, it screeches out and sneers, and however a spider could do that. It looks like it's barely straining to stay alive at this point. Alright, and now it is time for Zib to attack that same weakened spider with his Ray of Wounding. See if that spider can go ahead and make his Constitution save. which it does. So the already pretty weak-looking ray is made even weaker by the spider's hardiness. The spider kind of grunts, but it looks like that didn't hurt it too much. It's that much closer to death, though. Let's see here. Dead spider, dead spider. So, the living spider that is standing next to Ulfgar is going to attempt to bite him with his bitiness. However, his bitiness is not bitey enough to get through, and Ulfgar, just kind of looks at him like, whatever, No big deal for Ulfgar.
Nope.
And Reed is now going to attempt to kill the spider in front of him with his short sword, which does hit, actually. Yes, he stabs it right into the spider's mouth, just like that scene in Return of the King, where Frodo stabs Shelob. It's pretty much exactly like that. So the spider screams out, but the difference is this time the spider dies. So congratulations, Reed, you killed the spider. And now let's see, dead bugbear, Sin's turn.
I'll just squash this bug.
Yeah, squish the bug. Holy shit.
God.
Dude! Okay, you settle
I
down!
really squished.
You squish the crap out of him. You punch him and kick him with such force that his whole body just starts flying off everywhere. You've clearly overdone it at this point, like that first punch probably killed him, but you just get excited and start repeatedly punching him as pieces of his body fly off everywhere. So, yeah, that spider's dead. Way to go, everybody. Congratulations, you have killed the black spider. And his underlings as well. So, let's see here. Let me calculate your experience really quick.
I swear. We didn't all go to the weighted die store.
Yeah, holy crap. So, everybody give yourselves 1,000 experience for expertly dispatching these foes.
Nice.
So, you should be at 8310 now.
Yay.
Huzzah. Alright, well, you've cleared out the Black Spider's chamber. So, let me see here. Let me go ahead and just describe the room to you now that you've killed the boss on the bonus, on the friggin' surprise round. Holy shit.
That's what we do best.
Yeah,
Don't you
right.
learn by now?
Yeah, holy crap. So yeah, you can see there's cracked marble pillars lining the wall of this hall. At the north end, there's a 9-foot tall statue of a dwarf seated on a throne, and there's a mighty warhammer across his lap. Large emeralds gleam in the statue's eyes. The dust and debris covering the floor has been swept to one side, and you can see there's the campfire in the middle. There's half a dozen bedrolls and packs neatly arranged with the built fire pit, and there's also a wooden table on the west side of the room. Other than that, all that's left is the corpses of the people you have just killed.
I look around to the group and I'm like, did we have a contract for him, or do we just are doing this out of like vigilante?
I have a reason for killing him. I'm trying to remember now. What was it, Mognar, right? We talked with him.
Mognor? Well, Mognor's brothers had been kidnapped from by the Black Spider, and you know that he was also hiring the Red Hawks to terrorize the town of Goldhearth. So you'd basically been kind of doing this after you'd established a local sheriff. You did agree with the townmaster to help track down the Black Spider as well, and you also came here to help find Mognor's brothers, which, I mean, you saw one dead dwarf up at the front of the cave, but you still that might be Mognor's brother. You don't know.
Does the statue of the dwarf look familiar to me at all?
Go ahead and do
Like childhood lessons?
do a history check, and you can go ahead and add your proficiency bonus since it's a religious thing. Alright, let me see here.
Damn. I
So,
did bad in school.
yeah, you didn't pay attention. You can tell this guy's important, He's an important dwarf, but other than that, you don't know.
All
Kiv's
right.
looking at the hammer. Can you tell if it's like magical?
Go ahead and make an arcana. Actually, no, you don't need to make an arcana check. No, it's not a magical hammer. It's just. Well, let me double check. Hang on. Let me see here. Do. No, it's not magical in any way.
Good.
So let's see here. And Sin, you were making a check right there?
Yeah, I just want to see what these people have on their person.
Okay. The bugbears don't really have anything on them. See, the black spider is carrying. Let me see here. It's got a potion of healing, and it's also got a key on him with a head shaped like an anvil. In the room itself, you do. There is a sack on the wooden table with some coins in it. There's a. If you want to go ahead and divide those out, there's 190 electrum pieces, 130 gold, 15 plat, and 9 small gemstones worth about 10 gold each, as well as a dwarven ale mug made out of hammered electrum. And also, the black spider is carrying a large staff with a spider on top of it. So it looks pretty ornate. It might be cool. You don't know.
Can you recite the coins again?
Yeah, one sec.
Well,
The coins are 190 electrum, 130 gold, 15 platinum, and the 9 small gemstones that are worth 10 gold each, and the mug.
All right. Got it.
Yep, it's a stick. Yeah, no shit. Well, that's a stick, all right. God damn it.
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and so we got the anvil key. Did we miss any doors or anything that were locked, or any chests that were locked?
There's a door right here that the halflings and Zib passed on their way through.
I'm gonna go check that door and see if it's locked.
All
You said
right.
these were emeralds in this statue's eyes?
They appear to be emeralds, yes.
Kiv wants to climb up on it and try to pull them out.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. So, you
this is when
see.
a god comes and smites us.
Please do not deface the artifacts. That is a statue of someone
You're in
important.
another
I'm sure
room.
of it.
You didn't see this.
That seems dishonorable.
Yeah, you
He's
can
doing it. This is a fucking statue, and Kiv does not care about that at all.
make a strength check
It's a statue of
Strength
somebody
check, oh,
important.
to
I'm pretty
pry
sure
the
of it.
emeralds out of the statue. Yeah, you're trying, but you can't get the emeralds out. You're unable to force the emeralds from the statue at the strength check like that.
Kiv
What?
stands in front of the statue and casts Thunderwave at level 2.
God damn it.
Tries to destroy the statue so he can get the emeralds out.
Hey, don't destroy it, damn it.
So Thunderous Wave shoots all of us back 15 feet.
No, it's a 15-foot cube originating from me, and I'm aiming it at the statue.
Each creature in the 15-foot cube, so...
Oh, it looks like it's just a Zib and Reed.
No, it's a 15-foot cube that I choose the direction of, and I'm not going to make it a full 15-foot cube. I'm just going to aim it at the statue.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, you know what?
It does make a good gust though. Like the back. It does make a
Yeah,
good
there'll be
gust.
some reverberations. It'll be a little shaky for a minute.
Alright, you make the emeralds fall out. Make a dex check to see if you can catch them before they hit the ground. And you do manage to You do manage to amazingly catch both emeralds before they hit the ground. Good job.
I'm just going to turn around and bow.
Yeah. So
So how much? Do we know how
big
much
thunderous
there was?
boom. So just in case you're wondering, if there's anything within 300 feet of this cave, they know where you are right now.
And it's a cave, so it might reverberate even further.
Yeah. It's you made a big boom. Ulfgar, are you opening that door?
Yeah.
All
Is it
right.
locked?
Yeah, it is
Anvil
locked.
key? It needs the anvil key. All right. Yes, I'm opening it. Oh, by the way, how much are those emeralds worth so I can mark it down on our party inventory?
Make an investigation check on him.
Yeah, I'll come bring him to Ulfgar and check out what he's doing.
Wow, where'd you get those emeralds?
All right, let's see
And
here.
what was that noise?
Yeah, right.
The two are related.
From what you can see, they're actually not really emeralds. They're just made out of glass.
Ah, shit.
These are worthless. You broke a statue for nothing.
Ulfgar, I do not trust you as far as your gem appraisal goes. I will take these to a shop and check myself. Thank you very much.
Very
Check
well.
all you want. Glass is glass. I'm opening this door.
Alright, Cable will put it in his inventory then.
Fine. Okay, so, all right, you open the door, and in the room you see there are dusty draperies on the wall, which also contains a bed and a brazier, and a badly disheveled dwarf is lying bound and unconscious on the stone floor.
Oh, goodness. I'm going to use lay on hands to try and heal him.
All right. Your lay on hands works. He regains consciousness, but he's still bound.
Oh, well, then yes, we'll have to unbind him too, but I was more worried about him being dead.
He backs off from you. Who are you? What do you want?
I am Ulfgar Frostbrew, hero and bringer of justice. We are here to rescue the relatives of Mognor Stonerend.
Mognor, that's my brother. He sent you
And
here?
we are here to rescue you.
Well, I wish you could say the same for my brother Delbor. My name is Tobnik Stonerender. The Black Spider caught us, but unfortunately he killed Delbor shortly after we led him to the cave. He was going to keep me here to lead him to the forge.
The Magic Forge?
Yes, the Arcane Forge, that one.
Ah, Zib here knows all about the Arcane Forge. Zib, this dwarf here wanted help with the forge.
Zib floats into the room. Ah, hello, dwarf. I was sent to guard the forge, and so I do.
Insert screams of fear.
Wait, what was that?
But the dwarf isn't
Oh, yeah.
disturbed at all by a book beholder
Yeah,
floating in and talking
Yeah,
to him.
good point. Yeah. It's like, wait, what is that thing?
Oh, this is Zib. He is a friend of mine who helps guard the forge.
That is your friend?
He is now.
Yes, we are good friends. The dwarf looks he looks somewhat uneased, but he's very well. Well, can
Zib
he
here.
take us to the forge or just let me out of this horrible place? I don't even want
Oh, sure.
We don't even want to explore this anymore. It's too much trouble.
Zib, go to the forge and keep it safe and defended until I come back to you.
Very well. I shall guard the forge. Zib goes off to guard the forge, as he is wont to do.
Excuse me, Mr. Stonerender. Do you know how to operate that forge?
I don't know how to operate it. As far as I know, it's just an ordinary forge. The magic comes from the cave itself. So if you know how to forge a weapon, you can use the arcane forge.
Yes, according to Zib, many centuries ago, there was a pool of magic in this area.
Yes, I'm aware. We were looking for it. You think I don't know the legend?
Oh, well, we found it. And Zib guards it.
Is there someone else I can talk to?
Yeah, just here. Why don't we take this conversation to the forge? Would that be helpful?
Yes, indeed. By the way, that dwarf guy, there we go. Yeah, he'll be coming along with you. So yeah, y'all don't need to. You can just go straight over to the forge if you want, unless you want to spend the time walking over.
Yay, time skip.
Yep. So
Hi,
fast
Zib.
forward. Hello, I am guarding the forge.
Thank you, Zib. Keep guarding the forge. I'm going to bring some people down here to clean this place up, and we'll get the forge back to work.
All right. Well,
Kiv's gonna cast Prestidigitation and just try to like clean stuff up, just wipe them off, dust it a little bit.
all right. So yeah, you managed to clean up all these the objects in the room. That looks a little nicer.
Can we use this magic forge to perhaps augment the weapons or equipment we already have, or is it only useful for building new magical weapons?
Zib looks at you. That is a good question. As far as I know, the flames that are in this forge could temporarily augment, but without a skilled wizard here, you wouldn't be able to put any permanent enchantments on it. So I suppose it would make your weapons and armor stronger for a short time, but not for very long.
Are there any other resources in these mines you know of, Zib? Ores or metals or precious gems?
Well, there's of course the gems and the metals that they were here to mine, but you would need a good mining crew.
Well, yes, I know, but I mean, I don't know what was in the mines. Is it just iron or diamonds or gold or?
Well, a good amount of it was gemstones, such as emeralds and rubies, but mostly they came here for the sapphires. There was also a few veins of gold and silver that they found, but really the iron and the sapphires were the main attraction.
Yes, this place is nice. Well, we need to get this dwarf back to Mognor.
Did someone grab the black spider staff on the way out?
I have it, and
Yeah.
I said, "Yep, it's a stick."
Okay, right.
Yeah, he got a 1 on his Arcana check.
Make sure you grabbed it.
And I also toss a Ulfgar, another health potion to put in the party.
In the pile, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm understanding you correctly, Topnik, you're saying that you and Mognor aren't even going to want this this mine cavern anymore because of all the trouble?
Well, that and we still don't know what the evil corruption around here is. That's what sent people out, according to the legend, is some sort of evil corruption. I mean, unless we were to find a way to purge it, we'd never want to stay around. We were simply trying to find the mine and solve that problem later.
So this is like prior to the black spider being here.
Yes, the legend says that some sort of evil power sent everyone out of here. People were killed, people went crazy. Some sort of darkness was corrupting this cavern.
Prior to the black spider.
Yes, this was when the cavern was originally lost.
Ooh.
That is bad.
That is what my mentor has sent me here to find. Figured the black spider fell over a little too easily to be what he was referring to.
You think there's another type of evil here?
Do you think it might be the power that powers the forge?
Zib looks at you thoughtfully. It is hard to say. It might be whatever keeps sending those damn zombies over to the forge to attack it.
Well, if they're attracted to the forge, I don't know.
If we were to find whatever its source was, we should be able to stop the undead without having to do anything about the forge, as long as the forge itself isn't the source.
Yeah, now guys, keep in mind, there is still one room you haven't explored, and you haven't really given a good once-over of the room with the Arcane Forge itself.
We haven't inspected this room when we were in here?
I mean, y'all didn't... Kiv looked around in here, but you didn't actually investigate the room.
Oh, let's do that.
Yeah, so... Yeah, and... Yeah, Kiv and Ulfgar, Kiv especially, you notice that in the flames of the brazier, the forge itself, there's a scroll, but the scroll itself isn't burning, it's just sitting there. And also, within the room in the southern part, right here on this table, you notice that there appears to be something, there's a mace and a breastplate that appear to be, you know, possibly the works of the forge.
There's a scroll in the fire, guys. If someone can get that out, I don't know if are there like tongs or any sort of.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of that stuff sitting around here.
All right,
It's
so
a forge.
Kim will grab one of those and grab the scroll out of the fire.
And I'm going to take a close look at this weapons and armor.
All right. So, Ulfgar, upon investigating those weapons and armor, you can tell that. Go ahead and make a history check. So, Ulfgar, you can tell that these weapons are actually somewhat historically significant. These were to be created for heroes long ago, and they were thought to be lost, but the mace is actually called Lightbringer. It is a +1 mace that was made for a cleric of the Pentarchs, but it was lost, or thought to be. And let me see here. It deals an extra 1d6 radiant damage, so it's a +1 mace with an extra d6 radiant. The breastplate has a golden dragon worked into the design that was meant for the Lord of Summervale. And it's basically, from what you can tell, it's a +1 breastplate, and it also grants advantage on breath weapons against dragons. So there you go. There's those things. And Kiv, you're getting the scroll out of the fire, right?
Yeah, he wants to try to read it.
All right. It's written in Dwarvish.
Hey, one of you dwarves.
Yes?
Wait, here, come here.
The one dwarf.
The one dwarf, come here.
Well, there's also Tobnik.
I'll go read it. I know how to read.
All right.
Hand over to Ulfgar.
All right, let me see here. So, Ulfgar, I'm going to go ahead and send you the message of what the scroll says in Discord, so be sure to check your Discord really quick. So,
I'm gonna walk over to Valeria. I'm gonna go stick. And I'm just gonna hand her the staff.
yeah, so you can Ulfgar, you can tell this is some sort of magical scroll, and you can read those words on it that I just sent you in Discord. That's what it says.
Let's see here, friends.
Valeria also knows it is a stick.
Alarius,
Take a look at it.
Ataria, Tursan, Seri, and Aelion. These are the Pentarchs. In their names, all agents of corruption and chaos are hereby banished from this place. Begone!
And when he reads those words, suddenly you hear an unearthly screaming coming from down here in the room you didn't explore earlier. It sounds like something not of this earth is crying out in great pain, and its voice is suddenly silenced. And with that, Valeria, you can kind of feel like whatever corruption you were feeling back at Beggar's Cross is becoming lighter.
Ulfgar's gonna rush off to go see the source of that screaming.
All right. It's down here, the door. It's right here. That was that one room you didn't check out.
And you know what that means.
So, yeah. It's open. So, yeah. Yeah, you
kick a toe. Aw.
Oh, man. Yeah, it wasn't locked. You're fine.
Come on, man.
So, yeah, you go into the room, and you can see that dust, ash, and walls blackened by fire and debris are kind of, all over the place in here. There's furnishings, but they've all been charred or splintered, but otherwise pretty well preserved. And there's also a scorched iron chest near the foot of one of the beds. From what you can tell, there's nothing in here. But there must have been something in here that, whatever you did with that scroll, made it go away.
That is not good. Or is it? I don't know. Let's check this chest.
Alright, let's see here. The chest is unlocked. Let me see. Yeah, Ulfgar, you are able to discern that you are in a room.
It's definitely a room with a chest in it.
Yeah, so...
Open the chest.
Sin, you are able to decipher... you are able to locate a map within the room. Let me see here. It's actually sewn into the cover of a book.
Is it any language that I would know?
Yes, it's actually written in common. The book is called Lost Gods and the Cults of Their Followers. So, yeah, you find a map sewn into the cover of that book. So, do with that what you will. Other than that, there's just some diaries, logs, all that stuff. But, pretty ordinary stuff. It looks like a wizard probably lived in this room at one point. The chest, did you open that?
Yes.
Okay, so the chest contains 1,100 copper, 160 silver, 50 electrum, 3 diamonds that are each worth 100 gold, and there's a wooden pipe with platinum filigree that's worth 150 gold.
All right.
Kiv had looked at the staff earlier when we were in the forge room. I got a 13 when I rolled an Arcana check.
Okay.
So me and Valeria still think it's a stick.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, I wanted to triple check that.
All right, let me see here. So, after rechecking the staff, you realize it's more than a stick. It's actually a black adamantine staff, and it has the spider on there. But you can tell it's also would deal an extra D6 poison damage on any hit when it's used as a weapon attack, and that it has charges as well. There's 10 charges on it, and if you were to use the charge, you could use 1 charge to cast Spider Climb, or 2 charges to cast Web with a DC of 15.
Valeria,
Is
would
it
you use that?
Is it a quarterstaff?
Yes, it is a quarterstaff.
I'm currently wielding a quarterstaff. It would probably be better in my hands than that awful person.
And Sin, you didn't need it, right? Because you gave up that other staff.
All I need is my fist.
All right.
All right, and yeah, we actually ran a little bit longer. I got some stuff I got to do, but I mean, good job clearing out the dungeon. You've managed to locate a mysterious map, and you evidently have purged whatever evil there was in this cave. We can go ahead, we'll kind of move on into next week and figure out where you guys are going to go from here. But other than that, anyone who's watching, thanks for joining us. Be sure to check out Phoenix Talent on YouTube as well, youtube.com/PhoenixNest. Thanks everybody for joining us. See you next week.